I have a city in the desert. This video is purely for entertainment and does not infringe on copyrights or laws. The rights to the novel and image belong to the original author. We do not claim ownership. Don't like waiting and want to listen to this fanfic in full now? Subscribe to our Patreon, where you'll find the best fanfics. Chapter 401. You dare to make trouble in my store. In the flower shop, after the bald man finished speaking, Jiang Chen frowned. Needless to say, this guy's definitely here to cause trouble. Someone is looking for trouble in your own shop. What can you do? Thinking of this, Jiang Chen walked towards the bald man. We only sell one rose at a time. If you want to buy, you pay. If you don't want to buy, please leave. Who the hell are you? I tell you to mind your own business. This is my territory. If you want to die, I will kill you in a minute. I'm the boss here. Now everything here is up to main. 100 yuan a rose. Give him the rose and tell him to get out of here immediately. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, the bald man sneered and said, I don't care if you are the boss or not. I will count to 3. If you don't give me the rose, I will immediately. Before the bald man finished speaking, Guanku came over with a mobile phone. Walking to the fat man, Guanku opened his mobile phone and enlarged the photo of Jiang Chen and the leaders in Beijing and showed it to the bald man. Are you guys from the underworld? Look at these people in the photo. Do you know them? We just took a photo with them this morning and had dinner with them. Do you think you guys are better or the ones in the photo are better? After Guanku finished speaking, the big bald man saw the leaders who were issuing certificates. They could only see these leaders on TV. Brother Bald, this guy seems to be the boss of Yunjinyuan Flower Shop. They came to Shangjing today to receive an award. I heard that they received some people's hero award. Why don't we withdraw first? The intensity of the country's crackdown on this kind of underworld is unprecedented. There are still people who dare to engage in underworld and Shangjing. Isn't this just courting death? What are you afraid of? They are just here to receive the award, and they will leave after receiving the award, you know? This is Shangjing. Shangjing, I have the final say. After the bald brother finished speaking, he pointed at Jiang Chen and said, damn, do you know who is backing us? I'm telling you, if you know what's good for you, close the store immediately, otherwise I will smash your store every time you open it. After the big bald man finished speaking, Jiang Chen was about to deal with them when suddenly a car stopped at the door and several people got out of the car. Zhao Jiang, hey, I finally found you guys. I called your cell phones just now, but none of them got through. Fortunately, someone told me that you came here to receive the award, so I guessed that you would definitely come to visit your flower shop. A young man with a briefcase got out of the car, and he shouted to Jiang Chen as he walked. Jiang Chen looked familiar with that person. That's right, he suddenly remembered that when he met the leader in the conference room, this person was standing next to the leader. If he guessed correctly, he must be the leader's secretary. Hello, leader. My phone went silent when I was receiving an award at Peking University and Tsinghua University. What can I do for you? Stop pretending. What's the matter? You just found some hostage to scare me, bald brother? I tell you, if you don't close your store after I count to 3, I will smash your store immediately. After bald brother shouted, a dozen or so younger brothers behind him pointed at the people queuing behind them and shouted, don't fucking line up. If you want to buy flowers, go to Huayangnan next door. Whoever dares to buy flowers here, I will kill him. After a few people finished speaking, the secretary with a briefcase under his arms frowned. He felt incredible that there were such people in Beijing. So the secretary looked at the bald man and scolded him. What are you guys doing? Fuck you, I tell you, if you know what's good for you, get out of here and stop acting in front of me. Leader, I was just about to report this problem to you. Our Sahara group has opened a store here and paid taxes honestly, but they came here and threatened us to close the store. Is this how Shangjing protects the underworld? That's right, we all say that Shangjing has good order, but compared to our Mojiang, it can't even compare to our small county. Guanku also frowned after he finished speaking. Are you guys involved in the underworld? Okay, wait for me. The secretary was about to make a phone call. After he finished speaking, the big bald man smashed the secretary's mobile phone to the ground with a stick. After the secretary's mobile phone fell to the ground, it was instantly shattered. When the customers in the room saw that a fight had started, they were scared and ran away. Even the female employees in the store were scared and retreated. Fuck, you don't understand what I'm saying, are you deaf? Make a phone call, I'll beat you up. To tell you the truth, we dare to come here to mess things up today. We are not afraid of you calling people, we have people too. After the secretary's phone was smashed to the ground, his hand instantly bent over due to inertia. After the hand was broken by a stick, the secretary screamed in pain. A younger brother saw this and kicked him twice and shouted, "Scream, scream, scream, scream your mother, you scream like a monkey." Several people beat the secretary, and Guanku and others picked up benches and wanted to fight. Jiang Chen hurriedly stopped them. Leave what happened in Shangjing to Shangjing. I believe they are capable of handling this matter. If Jiang Chen also participated in the fight, then what was the difference between him and the gangsters? After Jiang Chen finished speaking, several people in the car at the door saw that the situation was not good, and they all made phone calls. Not long after the call was made, the sound of sirens came from the street. After the sirens sounded, the big bald man in the house smiled and said, "What's the matter? Did you call the police? It's okay, just call. I'll go in today, and Brother Rying will pull me out tonight. Do you believe it? I'll see how your store will run then." The secretary didn't say anything this time, but he was so angry that he almost bit his teeth off. The police car quickly stopped at the door of Yunjiniuan flower shop. Several people got off the car, and after running into the store, they pointed at a group of people making trouble and shouted, "What's going on? Who is making trouble here?" These people obviously didn't know the secretary who was beaten, which was no wonder, because they only knew the leader, and who knew the people around the leader. There was no trouble. We wanted to buy flowers, but he didn't sell them. You said our brother Rying just wanted to buy 100,000 flowers, is it so difficult? The fat man was fearless, and it seemed that these people also knew this fat man. Especially this fat man. He also emphasized Brother Rying. When they heard the name Brother Rying, several people who came in were silent. Okay, don't make trouble here. If you have any disputes, go to the industrial and commercial department to complain. Everyone, go away, don't make trouble. Brother Rying said that we must buy more than 100,000 roses today. You said don't make trouble. You're going to explain to Brother Rying later? They are trying to insinuate society. What are you still waiting for? Arrest them all. Don't make a fuss. Today's matter ends here. Go to the hospital to have your hand checked. Sell him as many roses as you have and let him go quickly. Just like that. No one should make trouble here, otherwise I will arrest you all. Chapter 402. We are filming a movie. Do you believe it? In the flower shop, after the security guard finished speaking, the secretary sighed. He could already hear from the words that these people did not dare to offend these people, because behind this bold man was Brother Rying. Okay, you don't dare to offend him, but I dare to offend him. Now no one should leave. I don't care if you are Brother Rying or not. If you dare to make trouble here, you will have to pay the price. After the secretary finished speaking, the leading police officer whispered to the secretary, "Brother, don't make trouble. Brother Rying, the fourth son of the ZHU family, we are ordinary people. Why are you causing trouble? Okay, I will pay for your medical expenses. Don't make trouble anymore, and quickly disperse." Obviously, the police officer did not recognize the secretary, and the police officer did not look bad. As he spoke, he took out his wallet from his pocket, and then took out a few hundred yuan, and stuffed it into the secretary. Okay, that's it. Go away, give them all the roses inside. Just as the police officer finished speaking, several military vehicles suddenly drove in at the door, and hundreds of guards got off the vehicles. After they came, they rushed into the house, and pressed the gangsters to the ground, and then pointed guns at their heads. Secretary Fang, we are late. Take them all away, and also arrest the fourth young master of the ZHU family. After Secretary Fang finished speaking, the captain of the guard saluted Secretary Fang and said, "Got it." A group of armed guards arrested Baldy and the others, and pressed them directly onto the military vehicle. At this moment, Baldy was already scared silly. His legs were shaking. He knew that those who could mobilize the guards in Shangjing were all super big shots in Shangjing, and these big shots were not comparable to the ZHU family. Moreover, they were engaging in the underworld, and Shangjing did not tolerate the underworld at all. If they were caught by them and used as an example to punish them, they would be dead. I was wrong. I was wrong. Please let me off the bus. I'm not from the underworld. I'm not here to buy roses. We are filming. The bald man shouted, and Jiang Chen was amused by him. No need to get off the bus. This is the bus to the studio. Hurry up. The director is waiting for you. Do you think we are all stupid? You are still acting now. Take them away quickly. After Secretary Fang finished speaking, the police officers in the room were also stunned. Secretary Fang, since you have a good heart, I will let you go today. But from now on, remember, as long as you put on this dress, you can only have the common people in your eyes. You must be worthy of the clothes you wear. You must be worthy of the money the country gives you. If you are afraid of this and that, you will take off this dress and do whatever you want. Secretary Fang endured the pain and finished speaking, and several people lowered their heads in shame. After several people saluted and left, Jiang Chen asked Secretary Fang what was the matter. Secretary Fang then began to think about the reason why he came. Oh, the leader wants to invite you to a banquet tonight to discuss the matters concerning your scenic spot. Jiang Chen nodded when the matter concerning the scenic spot was mentioned, and then he talked to Secretary Fang and returned to the Oriental Hotel together. The leaders were all at the Oriental Hotel. The dinner started soon. After a few people invited Jiang Chen to eat some dishes, the leader looked at Jiang Chen and said, "Xiao Jiang, you know that the situation on our border is becoming more and more critical. The desert is invading too fast, and we haven't found a way to control it yet. Yes, the speed of the desert invasion is indeed too fast. This death desert, let alone us, even the United States has no way to deal with them." After a few people finished speaking, they looked at Jiang Chen again. Jiang Chen didn't know what they wanted to say, so he said carefully, "Although the desert is difficult to control, it is not completely impossible. Xiao Jiang, you must have a way. How about this? Let's not beat around the bush. We know that you invented a grass that can grow in the desert. We will provide you with a patent. How about you sell the grass seeds to us?" After the leader finished speaking, Jiang Chen hurriedly shook his head and said, "No, no. Don't worry, we will give you a lot of money. As for the money, we will never bargain if you ask." After the leader finished speaking, Jiang Chen still shook his head. This is not a question of money, but a matter of dreams. Jiang Chen still wanted to plant these grass seeds in the desert. If he only thought about making money, when would he be able to green the entire desert? "Leader, this is not a question of money. I really have a limited number of seeds. If I sell you too few, you simply can't withstand the wind and sand. Besides, if I sell you too many, once the wind and sand come, my entire scenic area will be gone. So I hope the leaders can understand me." "Yes, yes, yes. The main reason we came to you this time is to care about your development." Seeing that they couldn't buy seeds, several leaders also tactfully started other topics. Seeing that these leaders gave him so much face, Jiang Chen felt embarrassed not to bring anything. So Jiang Chen looked at the leader and said, "Although I can't sell you seeds, I can guarantee that I will continue to plant in the desert and turn all the deserts west of the Mo River into an oasis." After Jiang Chen finished speaking, the leader nodded and said, "That's fine. It just so happens that we are now building the Mo special zone. Only you can block the wind and sand in the desert. As long as you can keep the Yimo special zone safe and prevent it from being swallowed by the desert, our goal will be achieved." The leader invited Jiang Chen here for the same purpose. They wanted to buy more seeds and green the entire desert next to the new province. If they couldn't buy seeds, their dream was that Jiang Chen could block the strongest part of the desert and then give them time to control the desert. "Don't worry about this, leader. I will use all my money to green the scenic area. When the time comes, my scenic area will be able to withstand the desert, not to mention the Yimo special district behind me. By the way, when I have more grass seeds in the future, I will consider selling them to you." "Okay, when you have more grass seeds in the future, remember to sell them to us first. We will definitely pay more than other people, other companies and other countries. Desertification is not just a problem facing China. Desertification is a global problem. Okay, don't worry. As long as I have seeds, I will sell them to you at the lowest price. Okay, when you leave tomorrow, we will send someone from the patent office to go to Mojiang with you. At that time, they will record all your plants and register them in China as a patent. This is also a kind of protection for you. In the future, no matter which country or company wants to use your grass, they will need to pay you. Thank you very much, leader. Although Jiang Chen knew that they sent people to the scenic area to get a patent for themselves, they were actually investigating how many plants there were in the scenic area. But Jiang Chen didn't care. After all, Jiang Chen's scenic area was open to the public, so everyone could see the plants in his scenic area. When Jiang Chen left the Oriental Hotel, he assured his leader that, as long as he could develop well in the desert, and as long as Beijing could provide him with more policies, he would continue to develop in the desert. His goal was to green the entire desert, and give China a piece of clear water and blue sky. The leader was also very happy, and promised to provide him with the greatest logistical assistance. Of course, the leader also proposed that they would incorporate the Sahara group into the key enterprises of the Yima Special Zone for support. Chapter 403, Falling at the Hands of a Small Person. When Jiang Chen returned to Mojiang from Shangjing, he felt that there were many more people in Mojiang than before. Walking on the streets of Mojiang, you can see strange faces everywhere. These strangers are asking around to see if there are houses for sale or storefronts for rent. They all came here to do business after hearing that Yishi and Mojiang merged into Yimo Special Zone. The establishment of each special zone will bring unlimited business opportunities, so it is understandable that those knowledgeable people come here to do business. As soon as Jiang Chen arrived in Mojiang, Chiffen came to greet him. Chiffen was very excited. He gave Jiang Chen a hug and said, "Brother Jiang, Yishi and Mojiang have established a special zone. We have instantly become a hotspot for investment. The housing prices in Mojiang have increased 5 or 6 times in the past 2 days. Now, as long as there is a house, someone will come to buy it instantly. This wave of investors is the same as before the new year, except that before the new year, people who came to invest wanted to enjoy the clear water and blue sky here, while people who come to invest now are, because this place has become a special zone. Well, this is good news for both you and Mojiang Investment Group. You two should seize this opportunity. Don't sell all the empty houses yet. All the storefronts are only for rent, and not for sale. Don't worry, Brother Jiang. We will definitely not sell our storefronts. Now all the storefronts in Mojiang County are in our hands. Not only that, half of the houses in Mojiang are in our hands. Even if Mojiang still has the old city to be developed, those locations are definitely not as good as ours. Okay, Yi City and Mojiang will depend on you too. Don't worry, Brother Jiang, I will never let you down." Chiffen wanted to invite Jiang Chen to dinner in Mojiang, but Jiang Chen refused. He was sending the people from the Property Rights Bureau to the scenic spot. After Jiang Chen sent the people from the Property Rights Bureau to the Sahara scenic spot, he returned to Mojiang again. At this moment, he was most concerned about the Yunjinyuan flower shop. After Jiang Chen returned to Mojiang, he called Li Hubo. At this moment, Li Hubo was at his busiest. "Hey, Brother Jiang, I have some good news to tell you. When our Sahara roses dropped in price a few days ago, Yang and who actually bought up more than 100,000 devour roses. I didn't know about this. Today, those people came to return the goods, and then I found out clearly." As Li Hubo was speaking, he heard a quarrel from his side. "Give us a refund. You must give us a refund. We bought them for more than 3,000 yuan each, and now you've reduced the price to 100 yuan each. Aren't you obviously cheating us? You must give us a refund. I took more than 3,000 roses from you. Do you know how much money I lost for these roses? You bunch of profiteers, hurry up and give us a refund. I haven't sold any of the more than 1,000 roses I ordered." A group of people started arguing. Li Hubo looked at them and yelled, "Do you have any shame? You hoarded my roses and wanted to sell them at a high price. You violated our relevant regulations. I haven't bothered you yet, but you're here to blame me. You're not getting anything for your efforts, so why blame me? Speculation is what the Sahara group hates the most. When Yunjin Flower Shop obtained the exclusive sales rights for Sahara roses, they immediately announced a price reduction. When they just reduced the price, someone immediately bought tens of thousands of roses online. When the online store manager reacted, he asked them to apply for a refund. After all, Sahara roses are sold to everyone, not to those who want to take advantage of the opportunity to hype, but who would be willing to return the roses that these people bought before the system was modified. So in the end, the online store manager had to suffer this loss. Of course, the online store manager suffered a big loss. Those small people who speculated on roses were fine, but In the Mood for Love actually commissioned more than a dozen small companies to buy nearly 100,000 roses from him directly. In the Mood for Love wanted to copy Jiang Chen's method of dealing with daily flowers to deal with Jiang Chen. So in the past few days, the online store manager was busy fighting with the dozen companies controlled by In the Mood for Love. But no matter how they negotiated, In the Mood for Love was unwilling to return the goods. In the end, the online store manager had to agree to send them 100,000 roses, but the packaging of these roses was very ordinary. Since the price of Sahara roses was reduced, all the packaging of Sahara roses was simple packaging, so their picking and packaging speed was quite fast. Before Jiang Chen went to Beijing, the online store manager sold the roses. Of course, the online store manager did not dare to tell Li Habo about this, because after all, this was his incomplete plan, and he was afraid that telling Jiang Chen would embarrass Li Habo. But the good news is that just after the online store manager sent 100,000 roses to Huayangnyanhua, Jiang Chen's roses dropped to 100 yuan each. Isn't that infuriating? After hearing this news, Zhu Xiang was almost angry to the point of vomiting blood, knowing that he spent a full 300 million to copy Jiang Chen's roses. And it was only a few days, and his 100,000 Sahara roses dropped directly from 300 million to 10 million, and he lost 290 million in an instant. How could he not be angry to vomit blood after losing so much money all at once? Not only that, what made Li Habo happy was that many people took advantage of his loophole to speculate on his roses, so he sold nearly 400,000 roses at a price of 3,000 yuan each. And now the roses have suddenly dropped to 100 yuan each, and he doesn't know how much money he has earned in the meantime. Tell those who speculated on roses that none of their money will be returned to them. And if you spread the news, this will be the fate of those who dare to copy our Sahara things in the future. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Li Habo suddenly received another piece of good news, and Li Habo hurriedly shared it with Jiang Chen. Brother Jiang, I just received a message that the chairman of In the Mood for Love Zhu Xiang was suspected of being involved in the underworld and has been arrested in Beijing. Now In the Mood for Love is leaderless, and they just lost another 290 million on our Sahara rose. I think In the Mood for Love is definitely going to be finished now. After Li Habo finished speaking, Jiang Chen nodded. Jiang Chen was not surprised at Zhu Xiang's fall. This is all thanks to that big bald head. If the big bald head didn't hit Secretary Fang said that if he wasn't angry, would Zhu Xiang be arrested with his backers? Thinking of this, Jiang Chen smiled helplessly. Okay, it's time to launch a counterattack against Fantasia. Brother Jiang, as long as we restore the price to the original price and continue to confront them, they will definitely lose. Li Habo was right. If they restored the price to the original price and Fantasia did not restore the price to the original price, they would continue to lose money. He would have to lose 7 or 8,000 yuan for a rose, and he did not make any money on each flower. What's more important is that they have more than 120 branches across the country, and each branch needs rent and wages to pay workers. They don't know how many billions they will lose this year. What kind of company can afford to lose that? Chapter 404. People walking by the river. Just as Li Habo predicted, the current Huayangnyanhua flower shop has entered the most critical moment. In the meeting room of Huayangnyanhua flower shop headquarters, all shareholders of Huayangnyanhua are present. They are not as excited as before for this meeting. At this moment, they are all dejected like defeated roosters. Okay, now everyone is here. Let's start the meeting. Because the chairman has been arrested, I will preside over this meeting. The person who spoke was the deputy general manager of Huan'an Flower Shop. After the deputy general manager finished speaking, several shareholders looked at the deputy general manager and asked, "What's wrong with you? Didn't you say that you would not make such a low-level mistake as daily flowers? Why is ZHU Ziang also arrested now?" That's right, you can open Migu News now and take a look. Now the news that is overwhelming is about Hua. After the big-eared shareholder finished speaking, he also opened Migu News on purpose. At this moment, all the reports in Migu News were about the arrest of ZHU Ziang, the chairman of Hua, according to law for suspected underworld. Not only that, the media also led the pace of In the Mood for Love. They reported on In the Mood for Love and did not hesitate to use the means of the underworld to acquire the market. In addition, the general manager of the original In the Mood for Love flower shop personally stood up to tell how they were threatened by ZHU Ziang and others to sell In the Mood for Love. As the saying goes, when the wall falls, everyone pushes it. At this moment, the media also dug up the fact that In the Mood for Love hyped Sahara. After several things were jointly reported, In the Mood for Love's performance plummeted. This is just an accident. Which company does not use this method to expand now? Well, let's not talk about other things. Let's discuss what we should do with In the Mood for Love now. The deputy general manager is also a member of the ZHU family, so he speaks very tough. What else can we do? I'm ready to quit. I'm quitting too. There's no way to keep the business going now. I think we can still try to save it. We can issue a statement that all this is ZHU Ziang's business and has nothing to do with In the Mood for Love. Then we control the line of Frances roses. I don't believe we can't beat Yuan Flower Shop. What's the point of controlling Frances roses? Now the cost of a Frances rose is 10,000 yuan per rose, and a Sahara rose only sells for 100 yuan per rose. Your roses are not as good as this. Do you think they will buy your roses? Unless they are crazy, they will buy your roses. What Leo Wang is talking about is how much money our In the Mood for Love has lost now. Calculate it yourself. And how much market share do we really occupy? And more importantly, our stores are basically next to Yuan Flower Shop. If we don't raise prices, we will continue to lose money. If we raise prices, we won't be able to sell them. Are you willing to give money to charity forever? I'm ready to quit. Me too. I can't invest any more money in it. I'll just take the 10 million loss as a lesson learned. More than a dozen shareholders saw no hope at all, so they all withdrew their capital. As the investment company withdrew its capital, there was no money left, and In the Mood for Love couldn't make a profit. So in less than 2 days, In the Mood for Love was forced to declare bankruptcy. When the news of In the Mood for Love's bankruptcy came out, its suppliers surrounded the ZHU group. When Li Habo got the news, he was so happy that he couldn't express it in words. Brother Jiang, In the Mood for Love has declared bankruptcy. Its assets are not enough to cover its debts, and it has now entered a bankruptcy auction. The 1 billion invested in the Mood for Love this time has all been lost. After Li Habo finished speaking, Jiang Chen wanted to see ZHU Ziang's failed look, but he couldn't see it anymore because the news from Shangjing said that ZHU Ziang had been sentenced. It has to be said that among all of them, ZHU Ziang is the most educated, but he is also the most ruthless. Therefore, in just a few years, he has made many companies of the ZHU group the top in the industry. This is not unrelated to his ruthlessness. However, doing illegal things will eventually be punished by the law. If you walk by the river, you will get your shoes wet. Okay, now raise the price of the flower shop back to the original price. In addition, the supply of Saharas is limited. We must strive to make Saharas available in every flower shop. Today, Saharas has become the signature of Yuan Flower Shop, so many people come to buy flowers every day, which indirectly drives the sales of other flowers in Yuan Flower Shop. So what Jiang Chen has to do is to sell Saharas in every flower shop, so that every Yuan Flower Shop will be guaranteed to have customers. Brother Jiang, don't worry. We have already formulated the policy. Now our Sahara roses are bundled with other flowers for sale. If they want to buy our roses, they must buy other flowers of the same price. In addition, each person's Sahara roses are also limited. Each person can only buy once a week, and a maximum of 10 at a time. Li Hubo has already discussed with Guanku and Chen Jians how about the sale of roses. They have verified the real name system for all flower buyers. Everyone who enters the flower shop will be automatically recognized by face recognition. Anyone who has bought Sahara roses from Jiang Chen within a week will be prompted by the system so that he will not be able to pay. Li Hubo wants to use this method to sell all the other flowers in the store before the roses are sold out so that he can subsidize the 3-month salary of Sahara Group. After hanging up Li Hubo's phone number, Xia Heidong, the chairman of Sahara Media Group, came to find Jiang Chen when he heard that Jiang Chen was here. Hearing that Xia Heidong was looking for him, Jiang Chen met Xia Heidong at the headquarters of Sahara shop. Xia Heidong is a man in his 40s. He is a little fat. It seems that he walked in a hurry, and there is sweat on his forehead. Brother Jiang, when did you come? I just want to ask you something. Nowadays, when the entire Sahara group encounters problems, the first thing they think of is to find Jiang Chen. Just tell me what it is. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Xia Heidong wiped the sweat from his head and said, Brother Jiang, the My Sahara Story website under our media group is online. That's good news. I'll go and check it out later. Since the Sahara network was launched, the My Sahara Story website has become one of Jiang Chen's more concerned things. For this reason, Jiang Chen specially established the Sahara Media Group to build and manage the My Sahara Story website. It's a good thing, but our group has just been established, and the money given to us by the upper level has been used to recruit programmers. Now we have no money to promote the website. So our website has been online for more than half a month, and the number of visitors per day is only a few dozen people, and the number of registrations is even pitiful. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelos. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 405 My Sahara Story Network. After Xia Heidong complained for a while, Jiang Chen finally understood why Xia Heidong came to him. It turned out that this guy wanted him to advertise for him. But he had to say that he, Jiang Chen, really had to help with this favor. Don't worry, just build the content of the website and make it very attractive so that I can help you promote it. Don't worry, Brother Jiang, our website is definitely creative. If you don't believe me, take a look. After Xia Donghe finished speaking, he took out his mobile phone and opened the My Sahara Story website. As soon as he clicked on the My Sahara Story website, the screen cover was a particularly beautiful promotional photo of Teohuaxi Scenic Area. The source of hermits, Teohuacan Scenic Area allows you to enter the beautiful world of 10 miles of peach blossoms. Jiang Chen looked at the recommended advertisement. Before he could say anything, Xia Heidong said awkwardly, This is the advertisement of Teohuacan Scenic Area. Brother Jiang, you know that our media group has just been established and has no money. We don't accept advertisements casually. This is because Brother Chen asked me several times before I put this advertisement for them. It's okay, it's normal to put advertisements, but you must be careful when you take advertisements in the future. Don't take those unqualified false advertisements. All the advertisements you take must be verified one by one before you can promote them. Okay, we will definitely verify them before taking advertisements. After Xia Heidong finished speaking, Jiang Chen had already clicked on the My Sahara Story website. The background of My Sahara Story website is very warm. After just entering, it is divided into 3 sections. Jiang Chen clicked on the My Sahara Story section, which has posted many posts. Most of these are about the stories of Sahara people arriving in the winter storm. Then Jiang Chen clicked on Sahara News, which reported many recent situations in the Sahara. Everything was just as Jiang Chen imagined. Finally, Jiang Chen opened the chat room. There were only a few people in the chat room posting about random things. The website is well built. By the way, I think it would be better if this chat room could be made into something like Penguin. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Xia Heidong nodded and said, We also have the same idea. Our plan is to build the website first, and then we will build the app after the website has visitors. Now our app plan is already being implemented, and it is estimated that our app will be launched on time in 2 months. After Zahedong finished speaking, he briefly told Jiang Chen about his recent plans. This Zahedong's brain is really flexible. He not only wants to build the My Sahara Story website app, but also plans to develop Cactus Chat. The so-called Cactus Chat is like Penguin. Everyone can register and use it for instant messaging. In addition, Cactus Chat has a function like a space. After clicking on this thing, it will be My Sahara Story website. If you don't want to use Cactus Chat, you can directly download the My Sahara Story app, and you can use this app to access the content of My Sahara Story. Very good. Your ideas are all good. How about this? You go back and lead the engineers to develop the two softwares, My Sahara Story app and Cactus Chat. After you develop it, come to me, and I will help you promote it. I still say that, as long as you do it well enough, exquisite enough, and attractive enough, you don't have to worry about promotion. You don't have to spend a penny. I will do it all for you. Jiang Chen has his own way of promotion. When he starts a live broadcast, tens of millions of people watch it, and these people are all young people. There will be no problem getting them to download and register My Sahara Story. When seeing off Zahedong, when Zahedong walked downstairs, he suddenly ran back and looked at Jiang Chen and shouted, "Brother Jiang, we want to open a web page on My Sahara Story to sell things. I wonder if we can sell Sahara roses on My Sahara Story." After Zahedong said this, Jiang Chen's face was really dark. Why are all the people buying his Sahara roses at this time? Let Yunjian Flower Shop sell Sahara roses. Just work hard on developing your app. I will help you promote it when the time comes. No, I mean to let us sell it for a while. We don't want the money. We are just an intermediary platform. Then we can let customers buy it on our website. In this way, the number of registrations and daily activities on our website will increase a lot. Only in this way can we grow stronger. Jiang Chen was completely worn out by Zahedong, so he nodded and said, okay, you go ahead and do it. You can develop the app and the Cactus Chat. You can do whatever you want after you develop them. Okay, thank you, Jiang. Don't worry, I will ask them to rush the work. These two products must be developed within a month. After Zahedong finished speaking, he took the engineers to work. After Zahedong left, Jiang Chen sat on the spacious sofa. Now he can finally breathe a sigh of relief temporarily. Now everything in Sahara Group is on the right track. Yunjian Flowers has successfully squeezed out her flower shop. Not only that, Yunjian Flower House, which saw a surge in the stock market, successfully photographed the In the Mood for Love flower shop. After photographing the In the Mood for Love flower shop, Li Hubo regained control of the channels for Franco Rose. Although Franco Rose is expensive and its quality is far inferior to Sahara Rose, Franco Rose is an imported product after all, and it is sold in all 4 seasons of the year, so mastering Franco Rose is equivalent to mastering the market for a year. Of course, these are all later stories. In mid-May, when flowers are in full bloom, Jiang Chen's scenic spot was officially open to the public. On the first day of the scenic spot's opening to the public, Sahara welcomed nearly 20,000 tourists. With the arrival of tourists, the entire Sahara staff became excited, and everyone entered the work mode, as if they had been injected with chicken blood. You must know that only when tourists come, the Sahara Group can make money. Once the Sahara Group makes money, their bonuses will double. Who can't get along with money these days? As the number of tourists increased, the buses in the scenic area soon ran out. Not only that, the tour guides in the scenic area were also in short supply. Less than 3 days after the scenic area opened, all the problems were exposed, and Jiang Chen's phone was bombarded with calls from various groups. So, on the evening of the 4th day after the tourists arrived, Jiang Chen held another Sahara executive management meeting at the Wooden House scenic area. Chapter 406, a unique meeting. At night, the wooden town lit up with bright neon lights, and the Cherry Blossom Avenue was full of tourists taking photos. When Chen Jianzhao and others arrived at Jiang Chen's villa, Jiang Chen had already prepared dinner for them. After a few people arrived, Jiang Chen invited them to sit down. When everyone was present, the meeting officially began. Let's talk while we eat. Let's just treat this place as our home and chat casually. President Guan, you go first. Jiang Chen picked up a piece of fish and started eating. President Guan pinched a few peanuts and said while eating, our scenic spot has been open for 4 days. I had someone do a count in these 4 days. We currently have more than 200,000 tourists. And the number is still increasing by nearly 50,000 every day. This is very good news, but we have also encountered many difficulties. Let each department talk about the specific problems. After President Guan finished speaking, Chen Jianzhao stood up first and said, Brother Jiang, my problem is more difficult. There are a lot of tourists now, but there are far from enough buses. There is another problem. There are really too many tourists, and we don't have enough tour guides. After Chen Jianzhao finished speaking, Jiang Chen thought for a while and said, if there are no buses, then buy some. I'll call Shanghai Group later and ask them to send another 100 buses. I'm afraid that, even if we send another 100 buses, it won't be enough, and we don't have that much money. Then 150 cars, on credit, and pay him back. When you make money, uncle, you will definitely give him this face. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Chen Jianzhao nodded and said, okay, Brother Jiang, you can write him an IOU later. Brother Jiang, there is another problem. In the past, there were many tourists brought by travel agencies, but now many people come here by themselves. After they arrived, they all complained that there were no cars from one scenic spot to another, which was too inconvenient. After Chen Jianzhao finished speaking, Guanku also said, yes, now there are many tourists who come here by themselves. There are also many people who come with relatives and friends. They are not satisfied with the established routes of the tour group, and they want to choose the attractions according to their own needs. But there are no buses between each of our scenic spots, and they can't take a bus from one scenic spot to another. Another point is that many tourists have reported that the scenic area is too big, and it is very tiring for them to walk around, so they hope that we can provide some public bicycles in the scenic area. After Guan Custodian finished speaking, Jiang Chen thought for a while and said, that's fine. Let's do this. I'll contact Shanghai Group and ask them to send a batch of buses over. We'll immediately open buses connecting the various scenic spots and also order a batch of shared bicycles to be placed in the scenic spots. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, someone else stood up and spoke. Brother Jiang, I think we should treat 3 types of customers differently. Self-driving tourists can drive to various scenic spots in the grassland, so we can reduce the number of buses in the grassland scenic area. Tourists who come by high-speed rail or plane, if they sign up for a tour group organized by a travel agency, let them follow the tour bus of the travel agency according to the established route. For those who come to travel on their own and don't plan to sign up for a tour group, we will provide buses from Mojiangnu district to the scenic area. After they arrive at the scenic area, we will set up buses from each scenic area to another, and we will install shared bicycles in the same scenic area. This will perfectly solve the transportation problem. After Manager Lau, the person in charge of the grassland scenic area, finished speaking, everyone nodded. Okay, let's deal with this problem. Regarding transportation, let's leave it to Sahara Transport Group. Sahara Transport Group, you will be responsible for buying cars and charging fees. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, the chairman of the transport group nodded and said, okay, leave the public transportation and coach matters to me, and leave the shared bicycle matters to Liu Chen. Okay. Brother Jiang, now there is only the issue of tour guides. We don't have enough tour guides in our scenic area. The tour guides from Sahara Tourism College have already entered various scenic areas, but this is just a drop in the bucket. After Chen Jianzhao finished speaking, Jiang Chen looked at the dean of Sahara Tourism College. The dean of the tourism college thought for a while and said, our school is currently training a limited number of students, but if your gap is large, I have a suggestion that I think you can refer to. What suggestion? We can recruit tour guides from the society, we can run a crash course, and a group of students can graduate in just 1 month or even 2 months. After the dean finished speaking, Jiang Chen looked at him and asked, then is the quality of the tour guides guaranteed? We will conduct a careful screening when selecting, and we can hold 1 or 2 crash courses first. We will limit the registration conditions. The registered tour guides can be tour guides and students who graduated from Chinese scenic spots and various universities. We will select those with strong qualities and professional abilities, and then let them enter the tourism college for crash courses. After graduation, they can directly enter the scenic area to work. I think if they directly work in the Sahara group, this attraction is still very large. After the dean finished speaking, Chen Jianzhao nodded. Okay, now we have a huge gap in tour guides. If you say it will take you 1 or 2 years to graduate a batch of students, it will not solve the problem at all. Then we will organize a crash course as the dean said, and this problem will be handed over to the Sahara Tourism College. After solving the problem of tour guides in the scenic area, Chen Jianzhao looked at Jiang Chen and said, Brother Jiang, tourists now also reflect a problem. After tourists enter our scenic area, their network cannot be integrated with our network, so their mobile phones cannot be used after they arrive at our scenic area. Can this problem be solved? After Chen Jianzhao finished speaking, Jiang Chen nodded. This is indeed a problem. Now is an era of unlimited internet, and people's lives are inseparable from mobile phones. So once their mobile phones have no signal in the scenic area, everyone is more or less anxious. Our scenic area is about allowing every tourist to experience the best experience, so this problem must be solved. Manager Yang, you are in charge of communications. Can you tell me your thoughts now? Jiang Chen held this meeting to solve various problems encountered in the scenic area. Regarding the time when their cell phone signals will not be available, I need to explain first. At present, our communications company has not yet reached an agreement with domestic communications companies. However, we will actively negotiate with China's Megu Communications Company, and I believe that there will be results soon. Can we let them use the internet first? Speaking of the internet, Yang Sheng nodded and said, if you want to go online, there is only one way, that is to apply for a phone card from our Sahara Communications. After Yang Sheng finished speaking, when Chen Jianzhao heard that they could go online, he immediately became interested. It's also okay to use a Sahara group's communication card, as long as you can go online. By the way, how is this card made? How much is it charged? You must research it as soon as possible. We have already researched the card, and we will sell a batch of cards the day after tomorrow at the latest. The name of this card is Sahara Temporary Card. The price of this card is 50 yuan. After they buy the card, they can go online in every corner of the scenic area, and there is no limit on the number and duration. After Yang Sheng finished speaking, Jiang Chen nodded in agreement. 50 yuan a card was indeed not expensive, and by selling the cards, Sahara Communications Company could make a considerable income. They can use this money to invest in the communication construction of Yaima district. Let's deal with the card issue first. Does anyone have any other questions now? I have a question. When no one spoke, Xia Heidong from Sahara Media Group stood up. Seeing Xia Heidong, Jiang Chen couldn't help but get a headache. It seemed that he didn't need to attend this meeting. Chapter 407. The Internet Age Begins. A group of people in the room looked at Xia Heidong, and Xia Heidong said a little embarrassedly, I do have a problem. There are so many tourists in the scenic area now. They need to swipe their cards to buy things in the scenic area when they stay in the hotel. As you know, WeChat and Alipay have spread to every corner of our lives in China. It can be said that China has now completely entered the era of mobile payment, so I'm preparing to research and develop something like WeChat. I wonder if you can help me promote it. After Xia Heidong finished speaking, even Jiang Chen couldn't help but cover his forehead. This Xia Heidong is too good at making trouble. Now Jiang Chen is short of money. He is so short of money that he doesn't even dare to buy new seeds. This guy only knows how to study things every day. It's okay to study things, but the key is that you don't make money. What are you studying? Old Xia, I think you should do your app well. After you have done those things, you can work on the payment part, okay? Before others spoke, Jiang Chen stood up and spoke. Brother Jiang, the app is almost ready, and our company has formulated a particularly ambitious plan. I would like to ask everyone present, what era is it now? The era of the rich. Do you want to say it is the desert era? After several people finished speaking, Xia Heidong sighed and said, now is the era of the internet. We can perfectly replicate China's internet miracle in our scenic area. Old Zaya, we are just doing scenic spots and tourism now. What's the use of copying that set? We are not building a country or a city. After Wang Can finished speaking, Zaya Haidong looked at Wang Can and said, okay, then let's talk about the scenic spots. Now because the network is not compatible, WeChat and Alipay cannot be used in our scenic area. If tourists want to come, they can only bring cash or swipe cards. I would like to ask, if tourists are safe with so much cash, can't they swipe cards? The era of swiping cards is over. It is already the era of mobile payments. Let me put it this way, I'm currently developing Cactus Chat, and I have already contacted the New Province Rural Commercial Bank. In the future, we will cooperate to launch Cactus Payment. I'm asking one thing from everyone now, that is, for all our scenic spot tickets, hotel accommodation fees, scenic spot souvenirs and of course bicycle purchases, can you all use my Cactus Payment to pay? I think mobile payment is also a good thing. Why don't we do him a favor? Besides, if we use mobile payment, we don't have to identify coins and so on. After Guan Ku finished speaking, Zaya Haidong saw that the president of the group supported him, and he instantly felt confident. Let's put it this way. I won't let you advertise for me in vain. We are now cooperating. If your hotel group, your scenic area management group, including your transportation group and oil group, let tourists register for Cactus Chat and pay with Cactus Payment, then I will advertise for you for free. Forget it. No one visits your website. Why are you advertising for us? No one visits my website now, but how many tens of thousands of tourists visit our scenic area every day? After they register for my Cactus Chat, even if they return to China, they will continue to use my Cactus Chat. At that time, you will own the entire Chinese market. Forget it. After they come to China, they will definitely use WeChat and Alipay. Who will use your Cactus Payment? Besides, after they go back, how can you keep them? After Wang Can finished speaking, Zaya Donghae also fought with Wang Can like a rooster. He knew that this was his only chance. Now all departments of Sahara Group were short of money, so he needed to work 100 times harder than others to get money from Sahara Group among many companies that were short of money. Of course, there is a reason why Zaya Donghae works so hard. The salary and year-end bonus of all employees of Sahara Group are directly linked to their profits. Among the many Sahara groups, the most despised and dispensable one is their Sahara Media Group. So if he doesn't stand up now, then their Sahara Group will have employees jumping to other companies because of low salaries and small bonuses. If this continues, all the employees will leave, and he will be left alone. What can he do after becoming a commander without troops? I have plenty of ways to keep them. Since everyone is fine, you can eat while listening to me talk about the plans for our media group. After Zaya Haidong finished speaking, he rolled up his sleeves and stood up. He gave a speech to everyone, as if he was giving a speech. While Zaya Haidong was talking, other executives picked up chopsticks to eat food and drink wine, as if what Zaya Haidong was going to say had nothing to do with them. Haha, that's what Zaya Haidong said. It really has nothing to do with them. After Sahara communication is compatible with Migu communication, the scenic spot will be able to use WeChat and Alipay. Who will use his Cactus Pay? Now what I need to build is to rely on my Sahara Story network and Cactus Chat to build a super internet group that integrates e-commerce, chat, payment, and Weibo. In the future, the things in Sahara shop can also be sold in my Cactus Chat. No, I think it's better for our Sahara shop to go through physical stores and Taobao.com. Manager K said very seriously, and Zaya Donghae became a little embarrassed. Of course I'm just giving a simple example. Now the whole country is paying attention to the desert problem and the construction of the Yamo new special zone. How can they get the news in time? On the internet. That's right. I can provide them with the most cutting edge and professional news here. And my Sahara Story website can also let them share their daily life, stories in the Sahara, and many other things. In addition, I'm also going to open a live broadcast website. I will use the unique resources of our Sahara scenic area to broadcast live. When the time comes, people can sit at home and watch every scenery of the Sahara through my Sahara Live broadcast. Zaya Haidong told everyone about his grand plan. He was very passionate, but not many people were interested, so the scene was awkward for a while. However, compared with the disdain of others, Jiang Chen listened slowly. Jiang Chen knew that what they would eventually do was not just tourism. In the future, he would be a man who would green the depths of the desert. Therefore, in less than a few years, a city belonging to him might appear in the desert. Therefore, once this idea came into being, everything Xia Heidong said would be necessary. President Guan, I think we should support him. After all, this is a non-administered area stipulated by the United States. If someone goes to the United States to complain one day, they may face the fate of being expelled. If we don't want to be expelled, we can only develop and grow ourselves here. Once we need to be self-reliant, will WeChat and Alipay still be useful to us? After Jiang Chen finished speaking, the group of people fell silent. Chapter 408, Sparks and Lightning Along the Way. Every core executive of Sahara knows a secret, that is, the land where Jiang Chen is located. On the surface it is the land of Mojiang, but in fact it is a desert non-management area. However, they have been used to it for more than a year and almost forgot about it. I also agree with Jiang Zhe's opinion. Although Sahara Chat, Sahara Payment and My Sahara Story Network and shopping website cannot compete with domestic ones at all, but with our current customer flow, if we support it, in less than a year, its downloads and registrations will definitely exceed 10 million. By then, they will not be a small enterprise. After Mr. Lau of the Grassland Scenic Area finished speaking, Xia Heidong seized the opportunity and said, Jiang Chen is right. We must look at the long term. We have China to protect us now, but once the United States finds out that we are in a non-management area, when we need to survive independently, with our cactus chat, we will never fall into a passive position. Jiang Chen, the boss behind the Sahara Group, and Executive President Guan Ku both took it seriously, and other executives also cheered up. Okay, then we at Sahara gas station will cooperate with you. You can use cactus payment to refuel in the future. After Sahara Oil made its statement, it meant that Xia Heidong at least had control over the entire new province's oil payment system. Our hotel group will also cooperate with you. In addition, I will discuss with Mr. She that all 5-star hotels of Junlin Group in China can use your cactus payment in the future. After the hotel group made its statement, Xia Heidong became really excited. You have to know that today's hotel groups not only own the market of scenic spots, but they also control no less than a dozen 5-star hotels in China, which means that he can truly enter the mainland market. We, the Sahara shop, will also cooperate with you. We are the travel company's cooperation. Since you all said so, then I, Yun Jinian, will be no exception. However, if you want to promote your products, you must be willing to spend some money. In the future, tourists can use your cactus to pay and get discounts or something. Of course, there will definitely be discounts when paying with cactus. After the companies in China expressed their opinions one after another, the companies in Mojiang also agreed to cooperate with Dang. After all, they would not lose much money in cooperation with Xia Heidong, so they would just regard it as supporting friendly forces. After Xia Heidong settled the cactus payment issue, he excitedly raised his glass and toasted every big boss. It's right to toast, because whose company here is not better than his? However, Xia Donghae knew that after he settled these things today, within 10 years, his Sahara Media Group would definitely become one of the most profitable groups in the entire Sahara Group. After the meeting at night, the main problems of Sahara Group were basically solved. The next day, all departments began to get busy. Of course, Jiang Chen was not idle either. Now that the Sahara Scenic Area has started to operate, Xinmei Travel Agency has also risen with the tide. Now that Xinmei Travel Agency's stocks have been rising day by day, Rendong Sheng has also begun to swell. The swollen Rendong Sheng decided to take back what he had lost, which included Yiluyang Travel Agency. Therefore, Rendong Sheng decided to launch a full-scale counterattack against Yiluyang Hotel. The first step of this counterattack is that Rendong Sheng is ready to cooperate with several other large domestic travel agencies with the popular Sahara Scenic Area. And this time Jiang Chen is going to the mainland to participate in the signing of the third-ranked Spark Travel Agency in China. Spark Travel Agency holds the cooperation rights of several relatively large scenic spots in China. At the same time, Spark Travel Agency is also a listed company, and its market value is slightly lower than Yilu Yangguan. However, after the outside world heard that Spark Travel Agency was going to cooperate with Xinmui Travel Agency, the stock price of Spark Travel Agency rose rapidly, and it has been rising for 2 or 3 consecutive days. It was a bit hot in Upper Kyoto in May. When Jiang Chen and Ren Dongsheng arrived at Spark Travel Agency, the chairman of Spark Travel Agency came out to greet Jiang Chen in person. Behind the chairman of Spark Travel Agency, Jiang Chen also saw a familiar face. Yes, it was Zhu Chang, the chairman of A Ray of Sunshine Travel Agency. Mr. Hua, I think you can reconsider it. As long as our 2 travel agencies join forces, our stock prices will go up, and we will occupy 1/3 of the entire travel agency market. Mr. Zhu, we have nothing to discuss anymore. Our stocks have been rising now, and this is all because the outside world has speculated that we will cooperate with Xinmui Travel Agency, and our group will also get a share of the Sahara Scenic Area. The Sahara Scenic Area is not good anymore. You see, it is so popular now. When the heat goes down, no one will be willing to go to that remote area. Mr. Zhu, I hope you can go back and check the news. Now Yi City and Mojiang have established the Yimo Special Zone. Do you know the significance of China establishing a special zone? It has become a hotspot for investment, and the Sahara Group is also a group that the country supports and builds. So this is very obvious. Don't let me say more. If it weren't for the face of the Zhu Group, I would have kicked you out long ago. Hey, isn't this young Master Zhu? How come young Master Zhu would ask for cooperation? Just by him directly. Ren Dongsheng saw Zhu Chan talking non-stop behind Mr. Hua, so he started to laugh at Zhu Chan. You know, when the Sahara Scenic Area was not open to the public, Zhu Chan often came to laugh at him. It's none of your business. I buy if I want to, and I don't buy if I don't want to. What the hell is your business? Zhu Chan saw that it was Ren Dongsheng, and he started to talk back. Oh, this matter really has something to do with me. I'm about to sign an agreement with Mr. Hua, and Mr. Hua will get 10% of the shares of our Xinmui Travel Agency, and we will also hold 10% of the shares of Spark Travel Agency. So do you think it has anything to do with me? After Ren Dongsheng finished speaking, Zhu Chang saw that Jiang Chen had also come, and he was a little embarrassed. So Zhu Chan looked at Mr. Hua of Spark Travel Agency and said, you terminate your cooperation with them now, and we will hold shares in each other. I will give you 30% of the shares of our company. How about it? Now I'm waiting for your words. As long as you nod, we will sign the contract immediately. After Zhu Chan finished speaking, Mr. Hua hesitated. After all, although the current Sunshine Travel Agency has not risen as fast as the New America Travel Agency, it is still ranked among the top 2 travel agencies in the country. Okay, then you can sign the contract. Mr. Hua, you can take a look at your monthly report, especially after our scenic spot opened in the past few days. How many tourists does your travel company have now? How much has it decreased compared to last month? You can go and take a look now, and then you can consider whether to cooperate with me or tell them. After Ren Dongsheng finished speaking, he walked to a chair at the entrance of the hall and sat down. Mr. Hua stretched out his hand to call the secretary over. After he whispered a few questions, the secretary hurriedly flipped out the form and showed it to him. There are so many tourists in China. How many tourists can his Sahara Scenic Area swallow? If the scenic spots you cooperate with and the scenic spots I cooperate with are added together, we will still occupy most of China's tourism market. Mr. Hua, you can't miss this opportunity. You have to think carefully. Chapter 409. Who gave you the courage? Whoever wins over Spark Travel Agency will be able to call the shots in the tourism market. For example, Jiang Chen. Jiang Chen's biggest headache now is that his scenic spot is very large, but his travel agency has limited passenger transport capacity. But if Jiang Chen can reach a cooperation with Spark Travel Agency, then Spark Travel Agency will be able to rely on its own number of flights at Fangjin Airport and the quota on high-speed rail and trains to transport at least tens of thousands of tourists to Jiang Chen every day. The same is true for A Ray of Sunshine Travel Agency. As long as a Ray of Sunshine Travel Agency and Spark Travel Agency come together, they will control most of the scenic spots in the country. At that time, they will huddle together for warmth and use the Chinese market to resist Jiang Chen's offensive. Make a decision quickly. Our brother Jiang's time is very precious. Do you decide now whether to be a friend of our Sahara group or an enemy of our Sahara group? Businessmen are all pursuing interests, but if they want to pursue interests, they also need to see the distance clearly. For example, the current A Ray of Sunshine Travel Agency, which looks powerful on the outside, is also supported by the ZHU group behind it. But in fact, everyone knows that ZHU's group's investment has repeatedly hit a wall over the past year, and several industries that ZHU's group relies on for survival have all been ruined by Sahara group. I'm sorry, Mr. ZHU, I can't joke about the interests of so many shareholders of our group, so I choose to cooperate with Xinmui Travel Agency, which is controlled by Sahara group. Okay, don't regret it. ZHU Chang was so angry that he trembled all over. This was the first time someone dared to refuse his opinion after he took charge of Yeluyang Travel Agency. I won't regret it. Every time Xinmui Travel Agency encounters difficulties, the entire Sahara group will do its best to help it. Just like when Yunjinyuan Flower Shop encountered difficulties, Sahara group gave all the rose sales rights to him to do it, just to protect him. So I think I should choose Xinmui Travel Agency. After Mr. Hua finished speaking, Jiang Chen stretched out his hand and said, "Congratulations on making the right decision. From now on, all Huaho travel agencies will obtain the tourism rights of all scenic spots under Sahara group." After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Mr. Hua hurriedly shook hands with Jiang Chen. "Thank you, brother Jiang. Let's go upstairs and talk." Hua Zhang said as he called Jiang Chen and Rendong Sheng to go upstairs to sign the contract. Before leaving, Jiang Chen looked at ZHU Chang and said with a smile, "Why are you still standing here? Do you want to go upstairs and have a cup of tea together? You can do it. If you have the guts, you can compete with me for China Travel Group. Just wait and see. I will make you shut up." "Okay, then we'll wait and see." "Uncle Ren, did you make an appointment with China Travel Group tomorrow?" "Yes, brother Jiang. Tomorrow the chairman of China Travel Group will meet us at the headquarters. China Travel Group is the most powerful travel agency in China. This travel agency is state-owned, so it has a lot of policy support. At the same time, China Travel Group not only controls many domestic attractions, but also controls tourist attractions in many foreign countries. Then you just wait for me. See you tomorrow." ZHU Chang said, flicked his sleeves, turned around and walked out the door. After ZHU Chang left, Jiang Chen signed an agreement with Huazan at the headquarters of Fireworks Travel Agency. According to their agreement, Xinmui Travel Agency will hold shares with Fireworks Travel Agency. At the same time, Xinmui Travel Agency will also hand over the cooperation rights of Sahara Scenic Area to Huaho Travel Agency. Of course, Huaho Travel Agency also gave many domestic cooperative scenic spots to Xinmui Travel Agency. After the signing of the contract, Huaho Travel Agency immediately held a press conference. At the press conference, Jiang Chen and Hua signed another agreement in front of the national media. After the signing of the agreement, the two people cut the ribbon at the same time. When the news of the cooperation between Xinmui Travel Agency and Huaho Travel Agency spread on the internet, the stocks of Xinmui Travel Agency and Huaho Travel Agency instantly rose to the limit. In just one afternoon, Huaho Travel Agency surpassed Yeluyang Travel Agency and returned to the second place in the tourism industry. So in the evening, Huaho entertained Jiang Chen at Shangjing Hotel. After a sleepless night, after dawn the next day, Jiang Chen packed his clothes and prepared to go to China Travel Group to discuss cooperation with Chairman Wang Kaiyang. This time, the content of their discussion was very simple. That is, Xinmui Travel Agency gave the cooperation rights of Sahara Scenic Area. At the same time, China Travel Group also handed over some foreign tourism projects to Xinmui Travel Agency. When the two arrived at the Huolv Group, the front of the Huolv Group building was already full of luxury cars. When Jiang Chen and Zheng Dongsheng arrived at the office of the chairman of the Huolv Group, the office was already full of people. "Okay, now that everyone is here, I don't have to meet you one by one. I'll give you 10 minutes each. Whoever can convince me, I'll cooperate with him. Wang Qiang is a particularly arrogant person. As the boss of the travel world, he has his own capital for arrogance. So when a group of people arrived, Wang Qiang sat in his chair and didn't move at all. Today our ray of sunshine travel agency is here. Anyone who thinks you are qualified to compete with me can stay. However, if anyone stays and can't compete with me, don't blame me for being rude later. Zhu Chang looked at the group of people and said, and the group of people sighed and got up and left. Boss Wang, our Sunshine Travel Agency was the second largest travel agency in China after you. Now we have signed an overseas travel agreement with Rosa country. We are also one of the few travel agencies in China that have gone abroad. So I want to cooperate with you. How do you want to cooperate with me? Zhu Chang, who has always been arrogant, sat in Wang Qiang's office in a proper manner, like a primary school student. We want to cooperate with you in the overseas tourism market. Now our travel agency has nearly 300 branches across the country. As long as we can reach a cooperation with you, I will send you at least hundreds of thousands of tourists every year. Nowadays, Chinese people are rich, and their domestic attractions are basically not attractive. So rich people like to go abroad to take a look. So now foreign tourist attractions have become a hotspot for many Chinese. Okay, now it's your turn to say what kind of travel agency that is. You guys should tell me. After Wang Qiang finished speaking, Jiang Chen stood up and said, we are from Xinmei Travel Agency. We, Xinmei Travel Agency, want to cooperate with you. We also want to expand overseas markets. Of course, our cooperation method is different from Zhu Chang's. Oh, Xinmei Travel Agency, why does this name sound familiar? Chairman, they are the ones who made a bet with us in Sheng branch and caused us to lose 5 billion. Wang Qiang's secretary said, and Zhu Chang nodded to her. This secretary took more than 500,000 yuan in bribes from Zhu Chang, and Zhu Chang was waiting for her to let Jiang Chen go at the critical moment. Oh, it's you bastards? You still have the nerve to come to me for cooperation. Who gave you such courage? After Wang Qiang finished speaking, he felt painful when he thought about being forced to donate 5 billion. Because of this matter, he was scolded many times by his superiors and was almost fired. It's the money that gives us the courage. The cooperation projects we bring will definitely make you a high rank. Chapter 410, Twists and Turns. All enterprises are for the purpose of making money. Of course, these state-owned assets are the same. The company's profits determine their promotion. So when Jiang Chen said that he would let him get promoted, Wang Qiang also suppressed his anger. After all, the person who made him lose 5 billion was definitely not an ordinary person. Okay, then you tell me first. If you can't be moved by what you say, you can get out of here immediately. Director Wang, you can't believe his words. His shabby scenic spot is not at all. Do you have the right to speak here? Wang Qiang interrupted Zhu Chang before he finished speaking. Wang Qiang was very strong because he knew that Zhu Chang was just an illegitimate child of the Zhu family, so he didn't need to be polite to him. Director Wang, our cooperation method is very simple. You give us some of the overseas market, and we will give you the Sahara scenic area, so that we can make profits together. Jiang Chen finished speaking, and Wang Qiang looked at Jiang Chen and said, Sahara scenic area, is it the scenic area you built in the desert? Yes, it is the scenic area I built in the desert. You can ask your person in charge of the market. Now our Sahara scenic area has launched a series of scenic spots called the Hero's Journey. This attraction allows people to relive how everyone avoided the storm and how to survive tenaciously when the winter storm came. At present, online voting shows that the number of Chinese tourists who want to participate in this project has reached more than 6 million, and the resources controlled by our news travel agency can only transport about 100,000 tourists. So if you can reach a cooperation with us, then your market will be infinite. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Wang Qiang began to ponder. Although he was not interested in Jiang Chen at all, who would not be interested in money? What is the current passenger flow of your Sahara scenic area? Wang Qiang looked at Jiang Chen and finished speaking. Jiang Chen handed a statistical table to Wang Qiang, and Wang Qiang carefully looked at the numbers on the statistical table. There are 70,000 to 80,000 new tourists a day, which is not a very high number. Your conditions are not very attractive to me. Nowadays, the number of people traveling abroad has far exceeded this number, so Wang Qiang does not seem to be prepared to cooperate with Jiang Chen. I said you definitely can't do it, but you still insisted on coming here to make yourself look bad. Do you know how embarrassing it is now? As soon as Wang Qiang finished speaking, Zhu Chang laughed at Jiang Chen. Jiang Chen took out another form from his bag and handed it to Wang Qiang. The reason why we have a small number of new visitors every day is not because our scenic spot is not attractive, but because the transportation capacity of the Northwest is limited. In particular, the transportation capacity of Mojiang is even more limited. These 70,000 people are already the maximum passenger volume of Mojiang. But don't worry, now Mojiang and Yi City have established special zones, and the whole country is vigorously developing Mojiang and Yi City. The transportation between Mojiang and Yi City will soon usher in a huge change, and the daily passenger volume will reach at least 1 million by then. We are looking at the present. Even if there are tourists in your scenic spot, so what? If they can't get in, you still can't make money. After Zhu Chang finished speaking, Wang Qiang also nodded and said, I don't know how many years in the future it will be. By then, I don't know if I will still be working at China Travel Group. What I want to see is the results in front of me. Okay, then let's not talk about the future. At the end of the year, I will complete a highway that I personally funded and built to serve my scenic spot. This highway runs from the provincial capital of Gansu province to Mojiang New District, with a total length of more than 2,000 kilometers. When the highway is completed, my tourists can go all the way to my scenic spot from this highway. Of course, your travel agency can also take this highway. Who in the whole of China has such great power to invest in such a long highway? The construction of this entire highway costs 130 billion. And this is still using Jiang Chen's own cost price. If you don't use your own cement and gravel, then the investment in this road will probably not be less than 200 billion or 300 billion. What is the concept of 200 billion or 300 billion? Even the current market value of China Travel Group is just that. Of course, this is not just a matter of money, because building a highway is not something you can build just because you have money. You can brag as much as you can. A highway of more than 2,000 kilometers, and it's in the Northwest. You said you invested in it. How can you brag so much? After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Wang Qiang also laughed. Indeed, Wang Qiang didn't believe that Jiang Chen could have such a strong power. Of course, what he didn't believe even more was that Jiang Chen was actually able to apply for the construction rights of this highway from Shangjing. It's okay if you don't believe it. Here is the document. Mr. Wang, you can take a look. Jiang Chen handed the copy of his document to Mr. Wang. Wang Qiang took the copy and looked at it. He shook his head and said, how can I know whether this document is true or false? Then you can search it online. Jiang Chen said, and Wang Qiang waved his hand. The secretary quickly handed him the search results. After reading the search results, Wang Qiang's face changed instantly. Okay, we will cooperate with you. As soon as Wang Qiang finished speaking, Zhu Chang's face changed drastically. You know, this is his last chance. If he can't get a Wolf travel agency, which ranks first in China, then it means that his travel agency has been kicked out of the top 5. Falling out of the top 5 is not good news, especially since Zhu Chang's travel agency is now in the listing stage. If he falls out of the top 5, then all the money he invested in the early stage will be wasted. Not only that, with the rise of Jiang Chen Travel Agency, together with Spark Travel Agency and several other cooperative travel agencies, their stock prices are bound to be abandoned by shareholders. Mr. Wang, please think about it again. No, I can't stay in Hualu for long. I need to see results immediately. Wang Qiang just finished speaking, and suddenly his door creaked open. Mr. Wang, don't you really want to consider it? An old man with grey hair came in the door. After the old man finished speaking, Wang Qiang suddenly stood up from the chair. Why are you here? Why don't you welcome me? Mr. Wang, for the sake of my face, please give us a chance to cooperate today, okay? After the old man with grey hair finished speaking, Wang Qiang couldn't help but frowned. This matter was indeed a bit tricky. What? You don't even have enough face for me? Okay, then let my eldest brother come over and talk to you. Don't forget how my eldest brother's father-in-law took care of you when you were a soldier under him? The second master of the ZHU family was about to turn on his cell phone. Seeing this, Wang Qiang waved his hands hurriedly and said, "How can I trouble the second master ZHU? I, Wang Qiang, still have to give you this face. Come on, let's sign the contract now." After Wang Qiang finished speaking, ZHU Chang excitedly handed over his contract. Chapter 411. It's dark on the other side of the earth. Just as Wang Qiang was about to sign the contract, Jiang Chen sighed. He never expected that ZHU Chang would actually call for help. Chairman Wang, wait a minute. You give face to the ZHU family, but you don't give face to me? And are we competing to see whose backing is stronger? If you want to compete like that, then okay, wait for me to make a call first. Jiang Chen took out his cell phone and called the leader's secretary directly. After dinner that night, the leader gave Jiang Chen the secretary's phone number and told him to come to him if he had any questions. You know, Jiang Chen is now a national treasure. He has the seeds to green the desert. He is the person that everyone in the world wants to work with. Hello, is this Secretary Fang? This is Xiao Jiang. Xiao Jiang, are you in trouble? Jiang Chen even turned on the hands-free mode on his cell phone. Now the whole room can hear his phone ringing. Secretary Fang, I'm in trouble. My travel agency wants to cooperate with our Huolv travel agency. I want to transfer the tourism rights of my scenic spot to Huolv, and I also want to exchange some foreign resources from Huolv. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Secretary Fang on the other end of the phone nodded and said, "That's good. If we can cooperate with your scenic spot, Huolv will also make a lot of money. It's a win-win situation for you. Yes, I called you to tell Chairman Wang that he must treat our travel agency fairly and justly. We don't need any privileges, and we don't show off our background or backers. Let him follow his own inner choice. Can you be a witness?" After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Wang Qiang's head began to sweat. If his guess was right, this Secretary Fang with a familiar voice must be the secretary next to the leader. And this secretary is much stronger than the backers of the ZHU family. Especially since the backers of the ZHU family have retired, he is now playing a game in his heart. If he doesn't follow his inner choice, then he may be removed now. If he cooperates with Jiang Chen, he will offend his old leader. Xiao Jiang, the leader has already said last time that your company must be treated specially. We have lowered your price and have been wanting to compensate you. Now that you said so, I will report it directly to the leader and let you cooperate directly with China Travel Group. Then there is no need to trouble the leader. Chairman Wang of China Travel is right next to me. Why don't you just tell him directly? Hello, is this Secretary Fang? I'm Xiao Qiang. It's just a small matter. How can you trouble the leader? If I, Xiao Qiang, can't do this small matter well, how can I be the chairman? Chairman Wang, it's easy with you around. The leader specifically explained last time that Sahara group must be treated specially. If you can cooperate with it, you should try to cooperate with it. Even if we suffer a little loss, it doesn't matter. No loss, no loss. The popularity of Sahara scenic area is very high now. And I just saw that they are also preparing to build a highway. As long as this highway is built, millions of people will be able to enter and exit the scenic area every day. Moreover, the ticket price of the scenic area is so low now, and the prices of all aspects are falling sharply. As long as we cooperate with them, there will definitely be a long queue at the door of our travel agency. Wang Qiang finished speaking. He was like a little pug waiting for a reply from the other end of the phone. That's fine. You can discuss the specifics by yourselves. I have a meeting to attend soon, so I won't tell you for now. Secretary Fang hung up the phone after speaking. After the phone was hung up, the whole room became quiet again. Master ZHU, don't blame me. This is Secretary Fang's call. You heard it. So now I can't choose to cooperate with a Ray of Sunshine travel agency. Wang Qiang finished speaking. At this moment, Master ZHU's face was at 10. He never expected that he used this old face to beg Wang Qiang but in the end he was slapped in the face like this. It's okay. It's okay. If you want to blame someone, blame this kid Chuan for not living up to expectations. Okay, then we won't bother you anymore. Master ZHU finished speaking and turned around and wanted to leave. ZHU Chang gritted his teeth and said, Jiang Chen, come here. I have something to show you. ZHU Chang opened his phone and found a photo of Li Yiren. What do you want to do? Jiang Chen saw the photo on his phone and instantly became furious. You don't want to do anything? Why don't you dare to come to the door and say so? ZHU Chang turned around and walked to the door. Jiang Chen was afraid that ZHU Chang would harm Li Yiren, so he followed him out. At the corner of the CEO's office, ZHU Chang looked at Jiang Chen with his phone and said, if you don't want Li Yiren to get into trouble, give me the contract. Otherwise, you can just wait to collect Li Yiren's body. After ZHU Chao said this viciously, Jiang Chen knew that ZHU Chang, this bastard, must be desperate. If ZHU Chang fails this time, he will be completely expelled from the ZHU family. Don't mess around. If you dare to do something over there, you will definitely not be able to escape. Don't worry about whether I can escape or not. I'll tell you one last thing. If you don't give me the contract now, I'll call and Li Yiren will definitely not survive today. After ZHU Chang finished speaking, Jiang Chen knew that ZHU Chang could do anything. Jiang Chen was about to take a step back, but he turned his head and thought. It was morning now, and it was late at night on the other side of the earth. Especially at this point, Li Yiren and the others must have gone to bed. At this time, Jiang Chen didn't believe that ZHU Chang could let those black guys run to the girls' dormitory to kill people. So it was obvious that ZHU Chang was just scaring him. Haha, since you want to kill me, don't blame me for taking the initiative. Thinking of this, Jiang Chen looked at ZHU Chang and said, I can't give you the contract. Let me tell you one more thing. If you repent now, I can still let you go. Let me repent. You should repent. Then you can go to Li Yiren's grave to repent. ZHU Chang picked up the phone and sent a voice message to a foreigner. After sending the voice message, ZHU Chang pointed at Jiang Chen and raised his little finger. Let's wait and see. Wait for my call. I will tell you good news. Haha, you will know how desperate it is to lose everything. ZHU Chang turned around and walked towards the stairs. Jiang Chen looked at ZHU Chang's back as he turned and left. He knew that if he didn't completely get rid of the Sunshine Travel Agency today, ZHU Chang would not give up completely. Show me the video. Before entering the meeting room, Chen Chen dialed an unfamiliar number. The person on the other end of the phone didn't speak. He tapped the phone twice, and Jiang Chen hung up the phone. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelos. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 412, Explosive News. At the headquarters of China Travel Group, Jiang Chen signed a cooperation agreement with Wang Qiang smoothly. After the contract was signed, the two companies announced the news of the cooperation. After the announcement, the stock of China Travel Group soon rose. At the same time, nearly 500 branches of China Travel Group travel agencies across the country also advertised to accept registration of tourists from Sahara scenic area. With the joining of China Travel Group, this large-scale China travel agency with more than 500 in the country can provide nearly 40,000 to 50,000 tourists to the scenic area every day. If China Travel makes reservations online and in stores during the peak tourist season, it can provide no less than 100,000 tourists to the scenic area every day. In addition, China Travel Group has its own buses and tour guides. At that time, as long as their tour guides are trained, their tour guides can directly take China Travel tourists to play in the scenic area, which will save Jiang Chen a lot of trouble. After the contract was signed, Jiang Chen went to the Beijing headquarters of Xinmei Travel Agency with Guan Ku and others. After arriving at the head office, Jiang Chen said hello to Ren Dongsheng, who contacted hundreds of media outlets to go to the Sunshine Travel Agency. At this time, the Sunshine Travel Agency was already at the peak of its crisis due to the failure of the negotiation with the China Travel Group. But this was not the most fatal thing. The most fatal thing was that when so many reporters were blocking the door of the Sunshine Travel Agency, an old lady came to the door of the Sunshine Travel Agency. This old lady was very bloated and very short. Her legs were as thick as an elephant, and her face was covered with wrinkles and freckles. Although her hair was permed in a fashionable way, it still couldn't cover up her ugliness. The old lady was holding a baby in her arms, and the child was just born, and was still crying in the cradle. ZHU Chang, you bastard, this is your child, why don't you come out to see it? What? This is ZHU Chang's child? The reporters surrounding the door of the Sunshine Travel Agency were shocked. Isn't ZHU Chang only in his 20s? Isn't he still unmarried? How can he have a child? Who is this auntie? Hey, auntie, did ZHU Chang have sex with your daughter and then have a child? Then why doesn't your daughter come? Let her come, we will give you justice. You know, these reporters are worried about not having news. Now the boss of a Ray of Sunshine Travel Agency has a child with a mysterious woman and abandoned her. If this news gets out, it will be a big news. Auntie, go and call your daughter, we will report it to you. If we report it, ZHU Chang will definitely be responsible for you. This child is born to me and him. I'm the mother of the child and ZHU Chang is the father of the child. I gave birth to a child and came to him, but he doesn't admit it and doesn't want to see me. Can you help me? What? This is a child you and ZHU Chang had? These reporters originally thought that ZHU Chang had a child with someone before marriage and then abandoned the other person. This is already a big news. They never expected that the more explosive thing is that ZHU Chang actually had a child with an auntie. Ha 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 ha, you guys are just trying to make me laugh to death. This son of the ZHU family has done all kinds of evil and slept with countless celebrities, but I didn't expect that he would be so good at this. It's really unexpected. Auntie, can you tell us more about it? We want to interview you. Yes, yes. Will you help me after the interview? Of course I can help you. Come and introduce yourself. A group of reporters immediately interviewed Elephant Legs, and in order to ensure that they were the first reporter of this incident, they started the news while interviewing. Elephant Legs told everyone how he met ZHU Chang, fell in love with her, and gave birth to a child. Everyone almost believed it. When they heard that ZHU Chang had a love affair with such an old woman, they were so moved that they almost cried. Ah, what a touching story. Okay, I will put your love story online, and soon the child will be able to see his father. Reporters exaggerated the story of how ZHU Chang and Elephant Legs met and fell in love in the border area, and how Elephant Legs abandoned his family for ZHU Chang and gave birth to a child with him without hesitation. ZHU Chang was already in the eye of the storm of news, and with this explosive news, soon, ZHU Chang came to the top of the Kyandu search list like a big star. Migu News also reported the whole process. Under each piece of news, there were hundreds of thousands of people leaving messages. King Chen years, haha, I never expected that the tastes of rich people are different from ours. Big bull, is ZHU Chang crazy for not playing with so many celebrities? Baiyang Shu, I don't understand the world of rich people, I really don't understand. Soon, there were more than 100,000 news articles about ZHU Chang on the internet. At the same time, the Sunshine Travel Agency controlled by ZHU Chang was also pushed to the top of the hot search. As negative news about ZHU Chang, chairman of A Ray of Sunshine, was frequently exposed, a large number of stockholders were frightened and sold A Ray of Sunshine stocks. After all, after these unfavorable news came out, A Ray of Sunshine really couldn't get along in China's tourism industry. If they didn't sell his stocks at this time, they would soon be trapped. As the stock price of A Ray of Sunshine plummeted, the branches of A Ray of Sunshine across the country also became cold. After all, they felt uncomfortable when they thought that their chairman had a child with such an ugly old woman. Who would dare to go to such a travel agency? At the headquarters of A Ray of Sunshine Travel Agency, all the reporters were attacking their defense line. The security guards blocked the door, and some even took out batons and started to beat the reporters who tried to rush in. In the conference room, Mr. ZHU of the ZHU Group personally presided over the shareholders meeting of a Ray of Sunshine travel agency, and the conference room suddenly became quiet. I don't have a child. This is not my fault. It must be that bastard Jiang Chen who wants to frame me. He wants to kill me. You must not believe him. ZHU Chang started to yell in the meeting room, but all the shareholders had gloomy faces at this moment and didn't want to pay attention to him. After all, everyone is here to make money. Now, it's okay that you didn't reach an agreement with China Travel, but you even brought such a crazy woman here. Aren't you deliberately trying to discredit a Ray of Sunshine? What do you think about this? What else can you think? Fire him immediately. If ZHU Chang is not fired, this matter will never be resolved. After a shareholder stood up and finished speaking, ZHU Chang pointed at him and cursed him. You said you would fire me. I built a Ray of Sunshine by myself. It is all my credit that a Ray of Sunshine is so strong today. Do you know that? Chapter 413, Paternity Test. It is absolutely impossible to get ZHU Chang to leave Yiliang Travel Agency. If ZHU Chang leaves Yiliang Travel Agency, it means that his competition in the ZHU family will be completely defeated. I don't think it's the time to fire anyone now. If we fire ZHU Chang now, the outside media will report this matter. No matter how we explain it, no one will believe it. Yes, the most important thing now is to let ZHU Chang prove that the crazy woman has nothing to do with him, and the child has nothing to do with him. ZHU Chang, if you are willing to prove this, then you stay here. If you can't handle this, you can get out of Yiliang. After several shareholders finished speaking, a group of people looked at ZHU Chang. The second master of the ZHU family also looked at ZHU Chang and said, since you want to stay in Yiliang, you go down and prove your innocence to me now. Prove it. I don't believe it. After ZHU Chang finished speaking, he walked towards the door of Yiliang accompanied by everyone. When they walked to the entrance of a Ray of Sunshine, a group of reporters looked at ZHU Chang and shouted, Mr. ZHU, what is your relationship with this woman? Do you know this woman? This crazy woman? I don't know her at all. She was sent by Xinmei Travel Agency to discredit me. ZHU Chang dared to face the reality, which surprised Jiang Chen. However, it was unexpected. It was impossible for ZHU Chang to say that he didn't know this woman with elephant legs at all. In the Mercedes-Benz car at the entrance of a Ray of Sunshine travel agency. After ZHU Chang finished speaking, Jiang Chen nodded to the person next to him, and soon the person uploaded a video to the internet. As the video was uploaded, a few ding 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 sounds were heard soon, and all the reporters at the entrance of a Ray of Sunshine received the video sent by Jiang Chen. A reporter clicked on the video, and the video played a very disgusting scene. In a noodle shop, in front of an old man, ZHU Chang was doing something shameful on a fat woman. Hey, look at the news. Isn't that ZHU Chang in this video? And this fat woman looks so familiar. Isn't she the woman who made trouble at the door? He is so hungry that he has no choice. It's like he hasn't seen a woman for more than 10 years. Look at how fierce he is. The table has fallen over. If you say it's not him who gave birth to the child, no one will believe it. After several media said this, ZHU Chang pointed at them and cursed. What nonsense are you talking about? Believe it or not, I will sue you now. Mr. ZHU, take a look at this video. Is the person in this video you? And is the woman in this video her? A reporter handed his mobile phone to ZHU Chang. ZHU Chang opened the phone and looked at the video inside. His head suddenly became big. That's right, who else could it be if it wasn't him in this video? It's not me, it's not me, it's not me. You all want to wrong me, you all want me to die. It's not me, it's definitely not me. ZHU Chang was panicked. ZHU reached out to take the phone and started to watch it. ZHU Chang grabbed the phone and dropped it to the ground with a bang. After the phone hit the ground, it instantly broke into pieces. Everyone was stunned at this moment. What are you doing? Who told you to smash my phone? Get out, all of you. After ZHU Chang roared, the elephant leg at the gate ran towards ZHU Chang. The elephant leg squeezed in the crowd and shouted at ZHU Chang, ZHU Chang, this is our child. How can you be so cruel and not even look at him? Get out. I don't know you. That's not my child. You must be sent by Jiang Chen. You must be sent by Jiang Chen to harm me. Zhu Chang was already incoherent. He had been hanging out in the village since he was a child, then in the county town, and then was brought to Beijing. He had experienced all kinds of scenes, big and small, but this time he was really panicked. Is this your child? Second uncle, this is not my child. I just did it with him once. How could it be such a coincidence? After Zhu Chang finished speaking, Zhu slapped him hard in the face with a slap. At the same time, tens of thousands of media took pictures, and several self-media had already launched news. According to the news from the roadside agency, the famous rich young man Zhu Chang actually took a selfie with a married old woman in front of her husband. Not only that, they also gave birth to a child. It is understood that the child has the blood of 3 people. Isn't it amazing? Zai only talks about feelings. The love story of the rich young man and the grey old woman is staged in the Zhu group. In order to fight for the inheritance, the rich children are really unscrupulous. With the reports of the media, the news about Zhu Chang is getting more and more intense on the internet, and at the door of a ray of sunshine travel agency, Zhu Chang's life is not easy. Get out, get out, you have lost our Zhu family's face. After the second master of the Zhu family finished speaking, Zhu Chang was still accusing the old woman at the door and shouted, "This child is not mine. Second uncle, this is definitely not mine. Then do you dare to do a paternity test for him?" Now society is progressing so fast, and the results of a paternity test can be obtained in just 2 days. After the media finished speaking, Zhu Chang was stunned. Master Zhu grabbed Zhu Chang and shouted, "Come on, do a paternity test with him. If the child is yours, stay away from our Zhu family in the future. After all, the Zhu family is a big family. It's okay that they are defeated by Jiang Chen everywhere, but they are not so embarrassed. But if their descendants give birth to a child with a short and ugly old woman, then this joke will spread out, and their Zhu family will really lose face. Do you dare to do a paternity test with him?" Master Zhu also pointed at the elephant-legged woman at the door and said, "Dare? Why don't I dare?" After the elephant-legged woman said that, she held the child and wanted to go with Master Zhu to do a paternity test. So under the onlookers of hundreds of media, Zhu Chang was forced to go to Shangjing Third People's Hospital with the crying child for a paternity test. After the paternity test, all the media blocked the door of the hospital and did not leave. At this moment, Zhu Chang and the entire Zhu family were also terrified. I don't know how these 2 days passed, but the result came out at noon on the 3rd day. The hospital notified Zhu Chang and the fat woman, and all the media rushed over after hearing the news. After Zhu and Zhu Chang rushed to the Third People's Hospital, they were dumbfounded when they got the paternity test report. "You beast, you still said that this child is not yours, you beast, give me an explanation." In the hospital, Zhu kept kicking and hitting Zhu Chang like crazy. He knew that after this incident, the Sunshine Travel Agency was completely collapsed, and their Zhu family was completely on the fast track of bankruptcy. "I said that this child must be yours. Since that time, I divorced that man, and now I'm bringing those 2 children to you. You have to be responsible for us." After the elephant-legged woman finished speaking, Zhu Chang was so angry that he wanted to kill someone. A group of reporters outside his door heard the fight in the house, and they kicked the door open and rushed in. Chapter 414, Builder number 3. Let me see the results of the identification. Let me take a picture. Let me take a picture. More than a dozen media people snatched the identification report from Zhu and started taking pictures. Zhu wanted to grab the identification report, but there were so many reporters in the room that he was squeezed into a corner in an instant. After the reporters took pictures of the identification report, they edited the news and posted it online in an instant. Entertainment latest news. After identification, the child in the woman's arms at the door of a ray of sunlight is Zhu Chang's biological son. Entertainment frontier. Oh my god, I never thought that Zhu Chang actually had a child with an old woman. This is the result of the identification. After the media published the report, they interviewed ZHU Chang again. At this moment, ZHU Chang had been beaten by ZHU Ri. Mr. ZHU, how are you going to deal with this matter? Will you marry this woman and raise the child together? I will marry him and raise the child with him. This is the fruit of our love. Get out. I will never be with you even if I die. ZHU Chang felt nauseous. After he shouted, he grabbed the child and wanted to throw him to the ground. Fortunately, several media people were quick to catch the child. Meanwhile, several other media people went up and held ZHU Chang. When the media people handed the child to Elephant Legs sat on the ground and cried, "You are so cruel. You actually want to kill our child." The room was in chaos. At this chaotic moment, several media did not forget to publish news. Jiang Chen tabloid. Oh my god, the chairman of A Ray of Sunshine actually wanted to kill his own child with his own hands. There are such cruel people in this world. Xiaojideng said education, even a tiger will not eat its own cubs. The chairman of A Ray of Sunshine travel agency actually wanted to kill his own child with his own hands. This is really intolerable. These self-media also posted all the pictures of ZHU Chang on the internet. Soon, the news about ZHU Chang throwing his own child spread like wildfire in the evening. At this moment, Jiang Chen, who was far away in Mojiang, could not help but sigh and said, after seeing the news on the Kyandu rankings, "Don't blame me. If you hadn't touched my bottom line every day, I would have let you go." Jiang Chen had not intended to make a fuss about this matter, but if ZHU Chang wanted to harm Li Yiren, Jiang Chen would never forgive him. "Brother Jiang, look, the stock of A Ray of Sunshine travel agency has collapsed. More than a dozen shareholders have begun to frantically sell the stock of A Ray of Sunshine travel agency. They are not far from being delisted." Guan Ku in the Sahara Group office looked at the stock of A Ray of Sunshine travel agency on his mobile phone and said with a smile, "He brought this upon himself. Don't blame others." After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Guan Su nodded and said, "Yes, people who commit evil will suffer. ZHU Chang will definitely be abandoned by the ZHU Group, and it's only a matter of time before Yilu Yangguan dies. Brother Jiang, I'm afraid ZHU Chang will do something extreme. Do you think we should bring Li Yiren back first?" "No, ZHU Chang doesn't have that much money to support others, to kill people in a foreign country. By the way, send a few people to hire some bodyguards to protect Li Yiren and the United States." "Yes." After Guan Su went to work, Jiang Chen also drove towards the wooden house town. Jiang Chen didn't have any free time at the moment. Now that his scenic spot has become extremely popular, he has to deal with many things every day. After returning to the wooden house town, Jiang Chen was about to find Chen Jian's house to discuss the establishment of a souvenir factory when Jiang Chen's courtyard door suddenly rang. Jiang Chen opened the door, and a beautiful and generous girl like a girl next door walked in. "Zai Yi, why are you here?" The person who came was none other than Zai Yi, the number 3 builder of the Sahara scenic area. Now Zai Yi works in the Sahara shop. "Brother Chen, do you have time now?" After Zai Yi finished speaking, Jiang Chen nodded. It didn't matter whether he talked about the souvenir factory earlier or later, so Jiang Chen still had time. "When you have time, come in and talk. Have you encountered any difficulties?" "I won't go in, Brother Chen. I'm here to say goodbye to you." After Zai Yi finished speaking, she lowered her head. She was really reluctant to say goodbye. "Why are you saying goodbye again suddenly? Are you unhappy here?" "Happy. I'm really happy to fight in the desert with Brother Chen every day. But it is so far from here to the desert, I have already wanted to give up." As Zai Yi spoke, she lowered her head even more. The 17 or 18-year-old girl rubbed her delicate white hands like this, and her whole person was already unnatural. "What happened to Zai Yi? Did someone bully you? Tell me, I'll go find him now." Jiang Chen finished speaking. Zai Yi hurriedly shook her head and said, "No one bullied me, Brother Chen. I have saved enough money to redeem myself. I want to pursue my own dream. 3 days ago, I met a music company boss from Hancheo country in the scenic area. He liked my voice very much and wanted to take me to Hancheo country for development. You know, many Chinese stars went to Hancheo country as trainees and then came back to debut. After Xia Yi finished speaking, Jiang Chen remembered her dream. Xia Yi's dream was to become a superstar, and her voice was so charming and so bright. If she was left in the desert, it would really delay her future. Oh, you are talking about this matter. Okay, I support your dream. Jiang Chen finished speaking, and she remembered to look at the stars in the next issue. Her eyes were so bright, and her eyelashes were curved, long and beautiful. Okay, thank you for saving me from Shangjing. This is my money. When I succeed in the future, I will come back to see you. Xia Yi handed the bank card in her hand to Jiang Chen. Jiang Chen smiled. After returning the card to Xia Yi, he smiled and said, "Do you think I need your money? Go and chase your dreams. Don't leave any regrets for yourself." After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Xia Yi's bright eyes were instantly filled with tears. She thought Jiang Chen would keep her. As long as Jiang Chen told her to stay, she would stay without hesitation. But Jiang Chen didn't. "Don't cry, go. This road is not easy to walk. If you want to come back, just come back. This will always be your home." Jiang Chen patted Xia Yi's shoulder, and Xia Yi cried even harder. "When are you leaving? I'll take you there." After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Xia Yi stopped crying for a long time. "I'm leaving the day after tomorrow, Brother Chen. You must take good care of yourself when I'm not around. I'll come back when I've fulfilled my dream. And you must keep the yard I live in for me, and you're not allowed to sell it to anyone else." Okay. We are just going to Frost Tide country. It's not that far away. Don't make it like a life and death separation. I'll see you off the day after tomorrow. Have fun in the scenic area these 2 days. Chapter 415. You have the face to come back. After Jiang Chen sent Xia Yi away, he drove to Chen Jian's house office. He wanted to discuss with Chen Jianzhao about establishing a souvenir production base in Mojiang Development Zone. Today, the Sahara scenic area has nearly 200,000 to 300,000 tourists every day, and tourists like to buy some souvenirs when they leave. So Chen Jianzhao proposed the idea of producing some small toys. For example, they can produce some dolls, cactus pillows, plastic roses and other things according to the characteristics of Sahara. In the evening, after Jiang Chen and Chen Jianzhao reached an agreement, Jiang Chen drove back to the wooden house town. At night, the starry sky shone on the wooden house town, and the prosperous wooden house town was full of tourists who came out to shop. Jiang Chen, who was rarely quiet, lay in the quiet yard. He just looked up at the starry sky and enjoyed the rare night in the desert. Ding-ling-ling, Jiang Chen's mobile phone rang. Hearing the sound of the message, Jiang Chen sat up instantly because he didn't know how long it had been since such a message rang. Didn't the system send him new seeds again? The system should give him a seed. In the past, whenever the number of tourists reached 20,000, the system would give him a seed. Now, the number of tourists in his scenic spot has exceeded 300,000, but the system still has not given him a seed. Jiang Chen excitedly opened his phone, but to his surprise, the system did not give him a seed. Instead, he received a text message. "Brother Chen, I'm gone. I took the flight this afternoon, and I'm already in Beijing. When I become a superstar, I will come back again. By then, I will be on an equal footing with you. When we can stand on the same line, I will tell you a secret." Jiang Chen looked at the text message sent by Xia Yi and couldn't help laughing. He replied to him, "Little fool." However, when he thought of what happened when Xia Yi first came to the desert, Jiang Zhen's eyes couldn't help but become sore again. Why am I like a woman? Isn't it just going to the cold tide country to be a trainee? He will be back soon. Jiang Chen rubbed his eyes after speaking and stood up and walked towards the Cherry Blossom Avenue. At the end of May, the scenic area was in the midst of spring. Because of the cooperation with China Travel Group, the number of tourists in the scenic area increased exponentially. ZHU Chang was not so lucky in May. In order to keep the only market, the Sunshine Travel Agency had to fire ZHU Chang. Not only that, the angry ZHU family also kicked ZHU Chang out of the ZHU family. At this moment, ZHU Chang had become a stray dog that no one could look down on. Even the younger brothers he usually took care of began to bully him. ZHU Chang's mind gradually developed a very perverted idea. Not only that, Elephant Legs also relied on him. Zhu Chang was still so young, and Elephant Legs was nearly 40 years old, so it was impossible for him to be with her. After Elephant Legs learned that Zhu Chang was driven out of the Zhu family, she knew that Zhu Chang had no money, so Elephant Legs, instigated by the media, sued Zhu Chang. This lawsuit would really make Zhu Chang lose face throughout China. At the end of May, the court ruled that Zhu Chang had to pay 2,000 yuan in child support to Elephant Legs every month before he gave up. After staying in Beijing for more than half a month, Elephant Legs had originally hoped to rely on the Zhu family to live a life of a rich lady, but now all her dreams were gone, and he had to support 2 children, so life became tight all of a sudden. What's more terrible is that, although the court ruled that Zhu Chang should pay her 2,000 yuan in living expenses every month, Zhu Chang himself was almost unable to eat now, and he still had money to give to this crazy woman. So when Elephant Legs lost a source of income, she wanted to go back to Mojiang. Especially when she heard that Laokin's restaurant was getting bigger and bigger, and now it had become a famous restaurant in the northwest. Elephant Legs wanted to go back even more. Therefore, Elephant Legs used the remaining money to buy Zhang Fen's ticket to Mojiang and rushed to Mojiang. When Elephant Legs arrived in Mojiang, she took a taxi directly to Laokin Noodle House. Today's Laokin Noodle House is no longer the same as the previous noodle house. The current Laokin Noodle House has become a chain noodle house. Laokin Noodle House has nearly 12 branches in the scenic area. Not only that, Laokin Noodle House also has nearly 10 branches in Yan'an New District and Mojiang New District. These branches were established with the help of Jiang Chen. Today, Laokin is already a big boss with more than 20 branches and nearly hundreds of employees. When Elephant Legs rushed to the Laokin Noodle House headquarters with her children, she looked at the Laokin Noodle House covering an area of nearly 500 square meters and was dumbfounded. How come Laokin has made such a big business in just a few months? How could I have misjudged him? After saying this, Elephant Legs walked towards Laokin Noodle House. When she arrived at Laokin Noodle House, it was dinner time and the Laokin Noodle House was full of tourists. Aunties? A young waiter at the door greeted Elephant Legs cheerfully. Hearing the girl calling him auntie, Elephant Legs was so angry that his face turned red. Who are you calling auntie? I'm the boss lady here, let your boss come out. After Elephant Legs finished speaking, the girl was also stunned. Elephant Legs now looks much older than before, and she looked even more bloated after having just given birth. Sorry, we don't have a boss lady here. If you want to be a boss lady, go somewhere else. After the girl finished speaking, Elephant Legs started to make a scene in the house. As soon as Elephant Legs started to make a scene, hundreds of customers in the store looked over here. When the store manager saw someone making trouble, he hurried over. What are you doing? If you dare to make trouble here, believe it or not, I will call someone to arrest you right away. Why don't you ask who owns this shop? I don't care, you let Laokin come out to see me, otherwise, I will make your shop closed. It is difficult to deal with Elephant Legs when he is throwing a tantrum, especially when Elephant Legs is holding a child and there is another child following behind him. If they take a tough attitude to drive them out, their Laokin noodle shop will definitely be on the news tomorrow. What's going on? Who is making a noise downstairs? Hearing the noise downstairs, Laokin soon came out of the kitchen. Although Laokin has become the boss now, he doesn't like to sit in the office like other bosses. He likes to stay in the kitchen and study all kinds of fresh noodles. When the front desk saw the boss coming out, he pointed at Elephant Legs and said, "Boss, there is a shrew here, who is making a fuss to see you, and said that she is the boss's wife here, and she can't be driven away." Laokin patted the flour on him. When he looked up and saw the face of Elephant Legs clearly, he was stunned. "Yes, it's you. Why are you back?" Chapter 416. You are the Panjinlian of the new era. Laokin was really surprised by the arrival of Elephant Legs. Elephant Legs was also stunned when he looked at Laokin in a white coat. "Aren't you already a boss? Why do you still have to make noodles yourself? Can't the boss do it himself?" Laokin didn't know how to face Elephant Legs when he saw her. After all, this woman was his lover a few months ago. "Yes, Laokin, I'm back. Let's remarry. I thought about it. No one is better than the original wife. You guys take my luggage upstairs quickly, and this is the boss. Please arrange a place for him to live. After Elephant Legs finished speaking, she gave orders to the people around her. The people next to her looked at the inexplicable Elephant Legs and no one moved. Are you deaf? Believe it or not, I will fire you immediately. After Elephant Legs finished speaking, the child in her arms burst into tears, and the child's crying was really pitiful. No, Zhao Jiang said that, if you come back to ask for reconciliation, I must not agree to you. After Laokin finished speaking, Elephant Legs lay on the ground holding the child and burst into tears. Laokin, you have no conscience. Who married you, when you didn't have a dime? Who opened the noodle shop with you? Now that you have money, you want to abandon me and the child, right? After Elephant Legs finished speaking, everyone looked at Laokin. At this moment, Laokin looked like a heartless man. I wanted to divorce you, and you left with the child. Zhao Jiang said that you can't come back, so you can't come back to this family. Everyone is here to see this heartless man who doesn't want his wife, now that he has money. Everyone is here to see. Elephant Legs cried and shouted, and made a scene in the restaurant. Soon, everyone who was eating in the restaurant put down their chopsticks, and pointed at Laokin. This guy looks honest, how could he do such a thing? That's right. The child is so young, and he threw away his wife and children after making money. This kind of person still runs a noodle shop. No matter how delicious it is, we won't eat here. Let's go, everyone. We will post all of it online, and make him go bankrupt. After several customers finished speaking, the honest Laokin was scared. Just when Laokin didn't know what to do, Elephant Legs walked upstairs with the child in his arms. Laokin, I tell you, that you can't abandon me. You guys hurry up, and bring your luggage up to me. Speaking of being a scoundrel, who is the opponent of Elephant Legs? Elephant Legs knew that Laokin was easy to bully, so she could come back with a flattering face. You can't go up, everything here belongs to Nana. Nana's is mine. If I hadn't sold her to Jiang Chen, would she be so successful? After the short and fat Elephant Leg finished speaking, a clerk secretly called Jiang Chen. After Jiang Chen received the call, he heard that Elephant Legs was back again, and he was immediately furious. There are such shameless people in this world. They cheated on their husband, and had a child with him. Now they have the nerve to come back. They are so shameless. An hour later, a Mercedes-Benz stopped at the main store of Laokin Noodle House. Two people got out of the car. They were not very old. The woman looked only 17 or 18 years old, and had a good figure. Her face was like a fairy from heaven. Of course, the young man walking next to him was no different. Boss Jiang, you are finally here. That person is upstairs. Let's go upstairs, and take a look. After the manager of Laokin Noodle House finished speaking, Jiang Chen and Anna walked upstairs. When they reached upstairs, they heard the crying of a child. Zhao Jiang, Nana, how did you two get here? After Jiang Chen and Anna opened the door, Laokin was a little surprised. At this moment, Laokin was holding a bottle of milk in his hand and making milk. Jiang Chen went up and knocked the bottle to the ground. He pointed at Laokin and started cursing. Laokin, are you sick in the head? She ran off to have a baby with someone else, and you still come to help her feed the baby? How can you be so cheap? After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Laokin lowered his head. When Elephant Legs saw Jiang Chen coming, he knew without saying anything that Jiang Chen must have come to chase her away. This is our Qin family's business. What does it have to do with you? You are no longer a member of the Qin family. Get out of here right now. Oh, you said I'm not a member of the Qin family, so I'm not a member of the Qin family. Let me tell you, if I hadn't sold Nana to you, could you have such a beautiful wife? If I hadn't raised her, where would you find such a beautiful woman? After the shorty finished speaking, Jiang Chen became annoyed instantly. He pointed at the shorty and yelled, shut up. If it weren't for you, Anna wouldn't know a single word. If it weren't for you, would Anna still have nightmares until now? The nightmares that the shorty brought to Anna's entire childhood could not be compensated by any amount of money. I'm not his mother. Why should I take care of her? Why should I let her go to school and spend my money? After the short winter melon said this, Jiang Chen was even more furious. He pointed at the short winter melon and yelled, get out of here right now, otherwise don't blame me for being rude to you. Jiang Chen picked up the short winter melon's luggage and threw it into the street through the window. Jiang Chen also kicked out the child that the short winter melon had with some wild man. The short winter melon held Zhu Chang's son in his arms and started to make a scene in the hall. Hundreds of people gathered in the hall in an instant, and they poked Jiang Chen directly. Why is this young man like this? He has a child in his arms. How can this person have no sympathy at all? Everyone, come and judge for me. You see this black-hearted person? He married the daughter of the Old Qin family, and he wanted the Old Qin family's property. In order to get the Old Qin family's property, he kicked me, his stepmother, out. After the short winter melon said this, the customers around him scolded Jiang Chen even more. How shameless. You married someone's daughter, and you still want their property? Okay, since you are shameless, then let everyone see how shameless you are. Jiang Chen pointed at the little boy behind the short and fat boy and shouted, tell me yourself who this boy is from. Is he from Liu Qin's family? And whose child is the boy in your arms? What does it have to do with you whose child it is? Everyone look, he gave birth to a son with someone else behind Liu Qin's back. That's fine, but he sold Liu Qin's daughter for money. That's fine, but he actually did that kind of dirty thing with the rich people in Beijing in front of Liu Qin. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, the group of people heard that the short and fat boy in front of them was such a fickle person, and they immediately became disgusted. Damn it, there are actually people like this. They're just Panjinlian. People like this are so shameless, they should be dragged out and thrown into a pig cage. Forget it, he knew that the man in Shangjing was rich, but still insisted on divorcing Liu Qin. After the divorce, she went straight to find Shangjing's mistress. She even gave birth to that person's child in Shangjing, this child. Now that the other person doesn't want him anymore, he runs back to Liu Qin. Do you think Liu Qin can keep such a person? After Jiang Chen finished speaking, the customers who originally supported Shorty were so angry that they wanted to beat Shorty to death right there. Who would still want to sympathize with her? No, this kind of woman is definitely not allowed. Whoever wants her will have grassland on his head. Chapter 417 Super Guarantee. At Liu Qin's restaurant, a group of customers pointed at the short winter melon who was throwing a tantrum on the ground and started to curse. Several female customers even went up and spit directly at the short winter melon. You are so shameless. You gave birth to a bastard for someone else, and now you come back to Liu Qin. Is this how you bully an honest person? Get out of here quickly, as far away as you can. Don't embarrass yourself here. Liu Qin, tell me yourself. Tell me based on your conscience. How do I treat you? Liu Qin, when he and Zhu Chang were doing that on the table, did he consider how she treated you? After Jiang Chen finished yelling, Anna's face was already full of tears. She looked at Liu Qin and shouted, Dad, she has bullied you for half your life. You tolerated it because I was not grown up before. Now I have grown up, and you should find your true happiness. Your happiness is not this ugly woman. Liu Qin was still a little hesitant, but when he saw his daughter, he thought of the countless nights when the short winter melon drove his daughter out of the door to sleep, and his heart couldn't help but ache. Go now, we are divorced. I forgave you when you were fooling around with that man, and I even raised the child you brought home. Now you have another child with another man, and this time, I will not help you raise it. After saying this, Liu Qin turned around and walked upstairs. After Liu Qin left, several shop assistants went upstairs and threw all the short and fat man's luggage out. In order to prevent Liu Qin from taking the short and fat man back again, Jiang Chen deliberately slept in Liu Qin's restaurant. Late at night, after Jiang Chen had fallen asleep, he vaguely heard someone talking downstairs. Jiang Chen now has the desert system to extend his life, and his 5 senses are much stronger than before. Jiang Chen quietly walked to the window, and when he looked down, Liu Qin at the door was talking to the elephant-legged short winter melon. Leave quickly, Zhao Jiang and Nana can't keep you here. I have 100,000 yuan here, take it. Take the child to find his father. Now the whole Mojiang knows about this matter, and I can't keep you here either. Liu Qin, you are driving me away now. Where can I go? My child is still so young, and that bastard, he doesn't have a penny now. Where do you want me to go? Here are 100,000 yuan, which is enough for you. I don't want money, and you don't have a son. These two will have your surname in the future, and they are all your sons. Just let us stay. Just as the elephant leg said this, Jiang Chen shouted outside, do you still have shame? You are cheating on others, and you still have the face to let others raise your children. What are you dreaming about? Laokin, come back to me quickly. You have so many stores now. What kind of woman can't you find? What does our business have to do with you? Seeing Jiang Chen appear again, the short winter melon started to scold Jiang Chen. You know, if there was no Jiang Chen, with Laokin's good temper, she would have come to be the hostess a long time ago. Laokin, come up here. Don't you like the store manager of your branch? Okay, I agree with you now. Although she is also here for your money, she is at least a virgin. Jiang Chen knew more about Laokin than anyone else. He liked a woman who was nearly 30 years old in their branch. That woman was not a simple person at first glance. But compared to the short and fat man with big legs, Jiang Chen suddenly felt that the woman was really worthy of Laokin. At least after being with that woman, with that woman's ability, they will definitely run Laokin's noodle shop well. This saves me from subsidizing Laokin again. Anyway, Anna has grown up, and it is impossible for her to ask for their money anymore. In the future, there will be endless money in the desert, and Anna can spend it however she wants. Laokin saw that Jiang Chen was willing to give in, and he was a little moved. You know, the store manager of the branch is really good to him. Although she is a bit strong, she is obedient to him. More importantly, the store manager is not only beautiful, but also highly educated. You and Nana really don't object to our relationship? As long as you stay away from this woman, we agree that you two can be together. Now, Laokin relies on Jiang Chen and Kinana. After all, Anna is his only daughter, so when Anna opposed him, he never agreed. I want you to write a letter of guarantee. Okay, I'll write a letter of guarantee when you come up. But there is one thing, before you get married, you must keep all the assets of Laokin's noodle shop in your name. When that woman gives birth to a child, the assets can be transferred to the child, but never to her. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Laokin nodded. So at night he opened the door and walked towards Laokin's noodle shop. When the short winter melon with big legs saw Laokin leaving, she was stunned. She often didn't expect that the honest Laokin would find another one in such a short time. But this makes sense. After all, Laokin now has millions of assets. Laokin, you unfaithful man, are you really going to ignore me? After the short winter melon shouted, Laokin slammed the door. After all, he had been bullied by her all his life, and had been cuckolded all his life. Now that he had money, why would he continue to be cuckolded? At night, Jiang Chen and Anna signed an agreement with Laokin. From now on, they would no longer ask about Laokin's affairs with the branch manager, and they did not want Laokin's property, but Laokin must completely draw a line with short winter melon. At night, short winter melon knew that she could not return to the Qin family at all with Jiang Chen around, so she gritted her teeth in hatred. After short winter melon left Laokin's noodle shop, she started looking for a place to live in the county town. She saw a familiar figure in front of a barbecue stall. After seeing the figure, short winter melon rushed towards him with the child in his arms. Zhu Chang, you bastard, you said you had no money to buy milk powder for your child. How do you have money to eat and drink here? Short winter melon went up and grabbed Zhu Chang's hair and dragged him to the ground. Zhu Chang was also dumbfounded at this moment. He never expected that this crazy woman would chase her to Mojiang. Let me go. After Zhu Chang struggled to get up, the people who were eating with him also stood up instantly. Brother Chang, is this my sister-in-law? A little yellow-haired man said this, and Zhu Chang pointed at him and cursed. Fuck your sister-in-law, how could I marry such an old woman? When the short winter melon was fighting with Zhu Chang, the child in his arms started crying again. After Zhu Chang got up, he kicked the short winter melon away, and then shouted to the yellow-haired people, get her out of my way, fuck, she ruined my fun. Wait, isn't she Laokin's wife? Brother Chang, if she can help us, our plan will be much easier to implement. The skinny monkey next to the yellow-haired man said this, and a group of people nodded. Brother Chang, yes, she is Laokin's wife. If we let her trick Kinana out, then we will succeed. Chapter 418 Kidnapping Kinana. In front of the barbecue stall, Zhu Chang found Huang Mao and others who were living in Mojiang. These people had helped him before. Now they were getting worse and worse in Mojiang. So Zhu Chang asked them to conspire to make a lot of money. Yes, why didn't I think of it? This is not a place to talk. Let's go to your warehouse to talk. After Zhu Chang finished speaking, Huang Mao nodded. Seeing that several people wanted to leave, the short winter melon pointed at Zhu Chang and shouted, "Don't think about leaving. I tell you, if you don't give me the money today, you can't leave. You want money, right? Okay, follow us. I will give you the money when we get there. I will not only give you a few thousand yuan, but millions." After Zhu Chang finished speaking, the short winter melon saw that there was money, so she hurriedly followed. Several people drove to a factory outside the city in Huang Mao's van. It was late at night and there was no one in the factory. Huang walked to a warehouse. He opened the door of the warehouse with the key. The warehouse was full of various medicines. "Come in, this warehouse is the one I manage. Usually no one comes here." After Zhu Chang came in, a scarred man hurriedly brought a stool to Zhu Chang. As soon as Zhu Chang sat down, the short winter melon looked at Zhu Chang and shouted, "Where is the money? Hurry up and give me the money. Why are you urging me? Don't you know how much money I have in my pocket now? Well, if you want money, just sit there." After Zhu Chang finished speaking, the short winter melon saw so many people and was about to turn around and leave, but the yellow-haired man slammed the door of the warehouse. "What are you going to do? Where do you want to go at this time? You ugly woman, don't worry, even if you take off your clothes, we won't be interested at all." After the yellow-haired man said this, several people came up and pressed the short winter melon on the stool. "Don't you want money? Okay, I'll give you a task now. As long as you can trick Kinana, the daughter of Laokin, out, I'll give you 1 million yuan. After Zhu Chang finished speaking, the short winter melon looked at Zhu Chang and asked, "Why did you trick her? Don't worry about it. If you want money, just do what I say. Otherwise, you won't get a penny." After Zhu Chang finished speaking, the short winter melon seemed to understand something. She looked at Zhu Chang and asked, "You want to kidnap Kinana, right? TMD, shut up if you shouldn't ask, otherwise, I'll stab the child in your arms to death immediately, believe it or not." The scarred face next to the yellow-haired man drew out a knife. After he finished speaking, the short winter melon was so scared that he hurriedly protected the child in his arms with his hands. "I won't ask, I won't ask. This is also Zhu Chang's child." Zhu Chang got angry when the short winter melon said that it was his child. If it weren't for this child, would he be so miserable now? "Shut up, don't blame me for being rude. If you say anything else, I won't say anything. I'll listen to you. Can you really give me 1 million? Okay, you can go out now. After we discuss it, we'll tell you what to do. Just do what we say. Don't worry about the rest." Now Shorty also knows that it is impossible to go back to the Kin family. So now she just wants money, enough money to support her 2 children. Of course, there is another very important reason why Shorty is willing to go along with them. That is, she wants to use Zhu Chang's hand to get rid of Anna. Once Anna dies, she will go to Laokin, and maybe Laokin will accept her. In the warehouse late at night, Zhu Chang talked with Huang Mao for a long time, until dawn. They ended their conspiracy. After dawn, Zhu Chang settled Shorty in a hotel in a county town. After Shorty stayed in the hotel for 2 days, Zhu Chang called her. After the call, Shorty called Kinana according to the number given by Zhu Chang. At this moment, Kinana did not return to the scenic spot. She lived in the main store in Mojiang. Jiang Chen is very busy now, and he does not have much time to accompany Anna, so Kinana likes to stay in Laokin Noodle House with her father most of the time. "Hello, who are you?" "I'm your stepmother. Nana, I have something to tell you. Your father and I have been together for so many years, and you and your brother have been together for so long. Are you just going to watch them go unattended in the future?" Shorty is good at lying, and she lies casually. When Anna heard that it was Shorty's call, she reached out to hang up the phone, but when Shorty mentioned her brother, Anna hesitated again. Although this brother is not her biological brother, it has to be said that he grew up in the Kin family and she still has some feelings for him. What do you want to do? No, I want to go back to the Kin family. You are a married woman, so don't get involved in your family's affairs, okay? If you agree, I will give you half of the Kin family's property. After the short winter melon said this, Kinana refused without hesitation. She would not let this old woman come back to bully her father because of the property. Let me tell you, I didn't stay here for my dad's money. Don't even think about coming back, and don't bother my dad anymore in the future. Stay away from our Kin family. Kinana wanted to hang up the phone after saying this. The short winter melon saw that Kinana was getting angry, and she laughed in her heart, knowing that there was an 80% chance that this would work. Okay, you can ask me not to bother Laokin. I don't have a penny in my hand now, and I have to raise 2 children, so I need money. As long as you give me 100,000 now, I will leave Mojiang immediately, otherwise, I will always bother Laokin. After the short winter melon said this, Kinana hesitated. 100,000 yuan is not a big sum for her. If she can drive away the short winter melon and let her leave Mojiang forever, Jiana is really willing to give her the money. Think it over carefully. As long as you give me 100,000 yuan, I will take your brother away from Mojiang. You don't need 100,000 yuan now, but I need it. After the short winter melon emphasized it several times, Kinana said impatiently, okay, I will give you 100,000 yuan now, but you must promise not to come to Mojiang again in the future. After Anna finished speaking, the short winter melon saw that Kinana was fooled, and she hurriedly said, okay, I promise not to come to Mojiang again in the future. Then send me the card number. I don't have the card number now, my wallet is lost, and I don't have an ID card. I can't apply for a bank card with my child. Just send it to me directly. After the short winter melon finished speaking, Anna thought about it. This old woman also didn't know how to read, and she had a child with her, so she really couldn't apply for a card. Okay, then tell me an address, and I'll send it to you after I get the money. After Kinana finished speaking, Shorty sent Anna a very remote address. Anna looked at the address and couldn't help asking, why do you live in such a remote place? If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelos. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 419. 500 million ransom. The place that Shorty asked Anna to go was exactly the address Zhu Chang gave her. They wanted to kidnap Kinana to a remote old warehouse in the south of the city. When Kinana asked on the phone why the address was so remote, Shorty had already thought of an excuse. I have no money on me now, so I can't stay in a hotel in the county. I don't have any friends or relatives, so I can only stay in a warehouse outside the city. Also, when you come here by yourself, don't tell Zhao Jiang. If you tell him, he will never let you bring the money. 100,000 yuan. I don't have so much cash on me now. I can only make an appointment today and give it to you tomorrow. You can give it to me tomorrow, but remember to take a taxi here by yourself. If you tell others, I will never leave the Kin family. It's just right that you will come tomorrow and talk to your brother. You will never see each other again in this life. Shorty reported to Zhu Chang. After hanging up the phone, Zhu Chang nodded with satisfaction and then promised Shorty that if he only brought Kinana to the warehouse, he would give her 1 million yuan. Not only that, he will also have to pay for the child's monthly support in the future. The next morning, Anna got up early and went to the supermarket to buy a lot of food. She wanted to give it to her brother before he left. After all, they had lived together for so many years. After buying food, Anna went to the bank to withdraw money and then took a taxi to the warehouse in the south of the city. When she arrived at the warehouse, it was already noon. The entire south of the city was a ruin, and no one came at noon. When the taxi stopped next to an abandoned factory in the south of the city, Kinana got off the car as the short winter melon said. After Kinana got off the car, he looked at the driver and said, "Master, wait for me here for a while. I'll be back soon after I deliver the things." The driver nodded, and Anna walked towards the warehouse. After she finished speaking, when Anna arrived at the warehouse, she knocked on the door, and the door creaked open. A few yellow-haired people came in the door, and Anna turned around and left when she saw this. She knew he might have been fooled. But when Anna just walked out of the door, the taxi at the door had already disappeared. What do you want to do? Anna questioned as she stepped back. Scarface grabbed the money box from her hand. What do you want to do? Is there any need to say that? Just cooperate honestly. We are just asking for money. Otherwise, don't blame us for being rude. After the yellow-haired man said that, he went up and held down Anna. Several people tied Anna to a chair with ropes. After several people caught Anna, the short winter melon came out. When she came out, she was holding a child in her arms, and there was a half-grown child behind her. Sister, why did you tie me up? You bad guys. After the little boy said that, the Scarface kicked him to the ground. The child lay in the warehouse and cried. What are you doing? Why do you beat my son? Shut up. Call Jiang Chen now, and ask him to pay money to redeem him. After the yellow-haired man said that, he threw a phone to the short winter melon with elephant legs. The short winter melon was also stunned. She looked at the yellow-haired man and shouted, why should I call? Didn't you say that you would give me money if I brought the person here? What good are you thinking? I'll give you 1 million if you bring someone here. Call me quickly. Otherwise, I'll kill this little bastard here. The yellow-haired man said, stretched out his hand, and pulled the little boy up, and then lifted him up high. The short winter melon immediately surrendered. When she saw this, she hurriedly picked up the phone and shouted, no, don't hit him. I'll call right away. I'll call right away. The short winter melon dialed the only remaining number in the phone, and the call was quickly connected. Hello, who are you? Jiang Chen was busy in the scenic area at the moment. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Shorty took the phone and said, don't worry about who I am. Someone is looking for you. Shorty wanted to give the phone to the yellow-haired man. The yellow-haired man pointed a shiny knife at Shorty and said, tell him to bring 500 million, otherwise I will kill him. After the yellow-haired man finished speaking, Wintermelon was also stunned. She never thought that these people would dare to extort so much money, and she was stupid enough to be their accomplice, but they only gave her 1 million. You actually want so much money? Stop talking nonsense, hurry up, otherwise I will hurt him to death soon. Knife-faced said as he pointed the knife at the little boy's stomach, and the little boy burst into tears in fear. When Jiang Chen heard the voice on the phone, he knew that something was wrong, so he quickly put down the things in his hands, and walked towards the house. After entering the house, Jiang Chen looked at the phone and asked, who are you? What do you want to do? Don't ask who I am. You must prepare 500 million cash for me immediately, and complete it within 3 hours. Otherwise, you will never see Anna again. The yellow-haired man on the other end of the phone saw that the short wintermelon was hesitant to speak, so he snatched the phone and started talking. When Jiang Chen heard that Anna was in trouble, his heart instantly rose to his throat. After the yellow-haired man hung up the phone, Jiang Chen hurriedly dialed Laokin's number. When the call was connected, Laokin was making noodles in the kitchen at this moment. Hello, Zio Jiang, what's the matter? I'm busy now. It was lunchtime, so there were many people eating. In addition, Laokin Noodle House was originally a popular noodle house in the northwest, so there were even more people eating. Is Anna still with you? After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Laokin shook his head and said, she's not here. Didn't she leave this morning? Didn't she go back? After Laokin finished speaking, Jiang Chen's heart instantly cooled down. Needless to say, Anna must have been in trouble. Anna didn't come back at all. Okay, I'll rush over right now. You quickly notify County Magistrate Guo. Jiang Chen hung up the phone and drove towards Mojiang. More than half an hour had passed since Jiang Shan arrived in Mojiang. Jiang Chen had just gotten out of the car when his phone rang again. Hey, how is the money prepared? And I'm telling you not to call the police. Otherwise you can just wait to collect Anna's body. Don't mess around. If you want money, I'll give it to you. Release the person and we can talk about anything. 500 million. Prepare 500 million in cash for me quickly. I want the money this afternoon. If I don't get the money, I'll chop off one of her fingers every 10 minutes until I cut her into pieces. After the yellow-haired man on the other end of the phone finished speaking, Jiang Chen quickly replied, I can't get so much money in one afternoon. Even if I go to the bank to get it for you, if there is no appointment in advance, our entire special zone doesn't have so much money. Chapter 420. The cunning rabbit has 3 burrows. Huang Mao saw Jiang Chen trying to delay time, so he shouted into the phone, don't think I don't know that you can definitely get 500 million in cash. Okay, stop talking nonsense to me. The time starts from now. If you can't get the money in 2 hours, you can wait for her finger to be taken away. Huang Mao wanted to hang up the phone. After he finished speaking, Jiang Chen shouted into the phone, wait a minute, open a video for me. I want to see Anna first. Anna was already injured, and if she was kidnapped by this group of people, Anna would have been scared to death at this moment. So Jiang Chen wanted to comfort her through the video. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Mao Mao thought about it and nodded. After he asked several people to wear masks, he turned on the video. In the video, Huang Mao pointed the camera directly at Anna, who was tied to the chair. Okay, she saw it clearly right there. Go and prepare the money for me, otherwise I will chop off one of his hands right away. By the way, if you don't prepare the money for me within 2 hours, I will strip him of all his clothes and let the brothers have a good time. Such a fairy on earth. It is worth it for us brothers to have fun. After Huang Mao finished speaking, Jiang Chen was so angry that he wanted to cut Huang Mao into pieces immediately. 500 million is 500 million. I will raise enough money for you within 2 hours. But I can guarantee one thing, if you dare to touch her finger, if you dare to take off a piece of her clothes, you won't get a penny. Not only that, I will sell the entire scenic spot and let the killers all over the world make you live a life worse than death. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Huang Mao looked at the video and said, don't worry, we only want money. Asking for 500 million in cash is definitely the largest kidnapping case in China. When Jiang Chen rushed to Liu Qin's restaurant, Jiuo Keming had already arrived, and with Jiuo Keming came the director of the county's border police station. Zhao Jiang, can you confirm who kidnapped Nana? Jiuo Keming asked anxiously after arriving. Jiang Chen shook his head and said, I don't know. They asked me to prepare 500 million cash for him within 2 hours. Otherwise they will kill her. What should we do now? Call him. We need to locate where he is. After the police chief finished speaking, Jiang Chen shook his head and said, it's useless. They tied Nana up. Even if we find where she is, they will take Anna as a hostage. I won't let Anna be threatened in the slightest. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Jiuo Keming looked at Jiang Chen and asked, Zhao Jiang, are you really going to give them the money? Give it to them. Save Anna first, and everything else will be easy. After all, money can be earned again if it's gone, but people are different. Money can be earned again, but people are gone forever if they're gone. Liu Qin looked at Jiang Chen's resolute eyes, and he was moved. He was relieved that Anna met such a person, but he couldn't help but worry about Anna at this moment. Zhao Jiang, then you go and raise money first, and we will investigate the kidnapper. I promise you, as long as he is in our Mojiang, I will find him, even if I have to dig deep into the ground. After Jiuo Keming finished speaking, Jiang Chen patted his shoulder. At this moment, he didn't know what to say. Okay, then I'll go and raise money first, and I'll leave the rest to you. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, he drove straight to Sahara Group. When he arrived at Sahara Group, Guanku heard that Anna was kidnapped, and his head suddenly became big. Brother Jiang, let's call the police quickly. We have already called the police. Let's prepare money for them. Prepare 500 million in cash within 2 hours. This is impossible. Even if we withdraw money from all the banks in Mojiang, we still don't have that much money. How much money does our group have now? In cash, it's at most 6 million. If it can be transferred, I can transfer it to you in minutes. Today, many companies in Sahara Group have entered the profit model, especially the 2 listed companies in China. It is not a problem for them to take out hundreds of millions now. This group of people is very smart. They don't want to transfer money, they just want cash. Okay, you take people to Mojiang to get all the cash you can get. Okay, I'll go get the money now, Guanku said, and took people to Mojiang to get the money. Obviously, there was not enough money in Mojiang. Seeing the time passing by, Jiang Chen began to worry. When there was half an hour left, Laokin called and said that he had collected more than 2 million in cash, but it was far from enough. Jiuo Keming called and found out through surveillance that Anna went to the supermarket and went to the bank to withdraw more than 100,000 in cash. They followed Anna through the surveillance and finally Anna took a taxi out of the city. After leaving the city, there was no surveillance. Ding-ling-ling, ding-ling-ling. As soon as he arrived in Mojiang in the early morning, his mobile phone rang. Jiang Chen answered the phone and soon the director of the border police station began to track the phone. How is the money prepared? There is still half an hour. If you don't have enough money, I can only cut off a pair of hands and give them to you. Even if I'm in Beijing in 2 hours, I can't get you so much cash. How about this? I will transfer you money. Electronic transfer. I will transfer you 1 billion. You let the person go. Okay. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Huang Mao and others on the other end of the phone were obviously stunned. They never thought that Jiang Chen would actually spend so much money on this woman. You know, according to their previous plan, they just kidnapped Kinana here and then tricked Jiang Chen to come here. After kidnapping Jiang Chen, Zhu-Chan would give them 1 million each and then arrange for them to go to Southeast Asia. What are you thinking? If you transfer the money electronically to me, I will just send you the card number and they will find out who we are and you will freeze my funds right away. You are playing tricks on me. Why don't you just give me an overseas account? In this way, I can spend the money overseas directly after I transfer the money to it. Don't hesitate now. Release the person quickly and I will transfer the money to you immediately. I will give you 10 minutes to think it over and call me back immediately. Okay, I will call you in 10 minutes and tell you not to play any tricks on me. After the yellow-haired man hung up the phone, the director of the border police station made an okay gesture to Jiang Chen. Have you tracked them down? We have tracked them down. They are in an old warehouse in the south of the city. We will take people there immediately. After the director of the border police station finished speaking, Jiang Chen looked at the place he pointed and shook his head. No, that place is almost at the border. As long as they run into the border, you can't arrest them. And they may also pose a threat to Anna. Okay, I will give them this money. Consider it a loss today. I will never let Anna leave the wooden house town in the future. Chapter 421. You will suffer the consequences if you do evil. At Laokin restaurant, Jiuo Keming saw Jiang Chen wanted to pay the gangsters, and he hurriedly persuaded him. Jiang, you have to trust us. I trust you, but I really can't take this risk. If you surround the gangsters, they will fight desperately, and then they may be bad for Anna. So, I have money, and I don't want to gamble. Since they are doing kidnapping, they are definitely on the road to death. It's best not to force such people. 10 minutes passed quickly, and Jiang Chen's phone rang as he wished. No, I know you have means. If you team up with the banks in China, I still can't get the money. Now I just want as much cash as you have. Give me as much cash as you can. If you give me cash, I will return this person to you. After the yellow-haired man on the other end of the phone finished speaking, Jiang Chen looked back at Guan Cubic. The guard pointed at the dozens of cash boxes stacked at the door and said, there are only a few million now. I have several million here. You have to think clearly about how many trucks it would take to load these several million. How are you going to run away with so much money? After Jiang Chen finished speaking, he heard several people discussing on the other end of the phone. Can millions of dollars have a few trucks? I don't know. Millions of dollars should be able to be carried away in a few hands, right? Damn, if millions of dollars have a few trucks, then 500 million will be piled up like a mountain. Then if we have so much money, why should we cooperate with that guy surnamed ZHU? Why don't we take the money and go directly to Southeast Asia? That's right, that guy surnamed ZHU wants to lure Jiang Chen out and kill him. He is different from us. We steal money and he kills. Now that we can make so much money, why should we be in the same group with him? Do any of you have an overseas account? I have one. I opened an account when I went to Southeast Asia to gamble last time. Is it on you? Aren't you planning to run away here? I've taken everything with me. After several people discussed it, the yellow-haired man looked at Jiang Chen's phone and said, "Okay, Mr. Jiang, you and I have no grudges. We brothers just have no money to spend, and we don't plan to stay in China anymore. Give us 1 billion, and I will release you as soon as we get the money. Okay, let's do the deal face to face." Jiang Chen hung up the phone and drove the Mercedes-Benz to the warehouse in the south of the city. Huang Mao and the others were so happy that they forgot to send the address to Jiang Chen. It was not until Jiang Chen arrived outside the warehouse that Skinny Monkey looked at Huang Mao and said, "By the way, we didn't tell him the address. He sent us money. Damn, how could you forget this? Call him now." Huang Mao called Jiang Chen after he finished speaking. "Hey, I'm telling you the address now. You can only come alone. Do you hear me? Just open the door. I'm outside the warehouse. I'm here alone. I'm sincere. I hope you can come with some sincerity as well. How did you know we were in the warehouse? Don't worry about it. Come out quickly." After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Huang Mao and the others were already sweating coldly. Scarface opened the door and saw a Mercedes-Benz parked outside the warehouse. Jiang Chen was standing next to the Mercedes-Benz. There was really no one in the distance. "Let's go. Take her out for a look." After the yellow-haired man finished speaking, they untied Anna's rope and then took Anna in the short winter melon out of the warehouse. After several people left the warehouse, they held a knife to Anna's neck and shouted, "Be quiet, the person is only in my hands. If you don't want him to die, transfer the money to me. Give me the account number, and I will transfer the money to you immediately." Jiang Chen finished speaking, and the yellow-haired man asked the thin monkey to take his account number to Jiang Chen. Jiang Chen really transferred 1 billion cash to the card as agreed. When the text message reminder of the arrival of 1 billion cash was sent, the thin monkey jumped up excitedly. "The money has arrived. The money has arrived. Let's go quickly. Ha ha ha, now that we have so much money, we can go wherever we want. You guys, let the person go." After Jiang Chen shouted, those few people saw that Jiang Chen was really the only one who came, and they became more indulgent. "Haha, if you let me go, I will. Such a beautiful girl, you are the only one who enjoys her every day. Isn't it too good for you? Brothers, we should leave anyway. Can we have some fun together? If I could do that with a fairy-like person like Kinana, it would be worth dying for." After the yellow-haired man said that, Scarface grabbed Kinana's clothes, and then there was a sound of puffing, and Anna's coat was torn directly on the ground. In the sunlight, the opening of Anna's clothes also revealed her white skin. Seeing this, several people went crazy to pull Anna's clothes. "Damn it, you want to die? Don't bully my sister. Don't bully my sister." Seeing this, the little boy behind Kinana picked up a stone and smashed it hard at the back of Scarface's head. When the stone hit, blood flowed directly from the back of Scarface's head. Scarface touched the blood on the back of his head, gritted his teeth, stretched out his hand, and grabbed the little boy, then waved the knife in his hand, and stabbed him in the stomach. Brother. Kinana just watched the blood dripping from the knife in Scarface's hand to the ground, and the struggling little boy slowly stopped struggling. "Damn it, you're looking for death. You guys, I'll fight you." Shorty saw that Scarface killed her eldest son, and at this moment, Shorty lost her mind in an instant. She rushed to Scarface regardless of everything, and Scarface kicked her, and kicked Shorty far away. After Shorty fell to the ground, the baby in her hand flew out instantly. After the baby flew out, Shorty got up from the ground crying, and wanted to pick up the child. But Scarface kicked her with a bang, kicking her directly in the stomach. Shorty rolled on the ground for several rounds, and the child also fell to the ground with a plop. Son, Mom is wrong. Mom knows it's wrong. Mom shouldn't have hurt you for money." Shorty crawled from the ground to the little boy, who was lying on the ground with blood staining the ground red. Shorty held the little boy in her arms, and her mind became blurred. "Fuck, I'm already fucking feeling it. You fucking ruined my mood. I'll kill you," Scarface said, picked up the dagger in his hand, and stabbed it into Shorty's back with a puff. When the knife was pulled out of his body, Shorty fell to the ground with a puff. Blood flowed out of Shorty's body, staining the ground red. Shorty, who was in a daze, saw large patches of white clouds floating in the blue sky. They really looked like pieces of cotton candy. Mom, I want to eat marshmallows. I want to eat marshmallows. Laokin, you only know how to make noodles all day long. Your son has asked for marshmallows. Why are you still standing there? Haha, don't be afraid, son. Mom, I'm here to accompany you. Chapter 422. This is the Sahara Air Force. There was a very happy life in front of her, but she didn't cherish it. Until now, she began to regret it, but it was useless to regret it. When the short winter melon reached out and hooked her son's tender little hand tightly, she finally used up the last bit of strength in her body. With a plop, the short winter melon fell to the ground. She felt that life was really tiring. Sometimes it's just a wrong step, and if you take this wrong step, all the steps will be wrong. Beasts, damn you beasts. Jiang Chen roared and rushed towards Scarface. Scarface saw Jiang Chen rushing over, and he hurriedly reached out to grab Kinana. At this moment, Kinana had already broken free from the yellow-haired man and ran towards Jiang Chen. Catch him. Brother, run quickly. Why are you still catching people? We have already got the money. What kind of women do you want in the future? That's right, brother, let's go. Since they know we are here, those people in the border police station must also know we are here. After the skinny monkey finished speaking, the yellow-haired nodded, and he shouted to the scar-faced man, Scar, get in the car quickly. Let's go to the border. As long as we cross the border we will be safe. Scarface wanted to have some fun again, but he knew that Jiang Chen still had some strength. Now that Anna was no longer in his hands, if he fought Jiang Chen head on, he really might not be able to beat Jiang Chen. Fuck, just let a woman run away like this. I should have done her in the warehouse earlier. After the scar-faced man finished speaking, he followed the yellow-haired man and others to the van next to the warehouse, and the skinny monkey drove the van straight to the border. Nana, are you okay? Jiang Chen did not chase after the yellow-haired man. He ran to Anna and put his clothes on her, then hugged her tightly. At this moment, Kinana was already crying in his arms. Don't be afraid, Nana, don't be afraid. I will go wherever you go in the future. I will always follow you. I will never let you. Woo woo, my brother is dead. I must avenge him. Anna broke free from Jiang Chen's arms and ran to the little boy. At this moment, the little boy had already closed his eyes. Anna just sat beside him and burst into tears. Beebo. The sound of sirens sounded in the distance, and soon Jiuo Keming and his men came over. When Jiuo Keming arrived, he saw the short winter melon lying on the ground and the two children who were killed by the fall, and he couldn't help but clench his fists. Damn beast. Zhao Jiang, where is the robber? He went to the border. He didn't even let a child go. He's just a beast. Brothers, follow me. Even if we have to chase him to the death desert, I will catch him. The chief of the border police station shouted, got into the car with a gun in hand and drove towards the border. Jiuo Keming also got into the car without saying a word and chased towards the border. They wished they could chop such a vicious criminal into pieces right now. A group of people rushed to the border, and at this moment Wang Mao and others had already driven outside the border. Outside the border was yellow sand everywhere, and the van could no longer move. Wang Mao and others threw the van into the yellow sand and ran towards the desert. Before they ran far, a helicopter appeared in the desert. They had contacted this helicopter in advance, and they would take this helicopter to a base in the desert, and then transfer from the base to Southeast Asia. Old Guo, they are about to run away. What should we do now? The director of the border police station parked the car on the border. There was a vast desert in the distance, and their car could not drive in at all. At this moment, Wang Mao and others had already boarded the helicopter, and they were about to fly away. Damn it, they actually ran away. There is no other way. This is the only way. I really regret it. Why can't I drive faster? Jiuo Keming punched the car with a bang after he finished speaking. When he punched, blood dripped from the front of the car to the ground. County Magistrate Jiuo, what's the matter? Are you here to arrest us? Hehe, don't you want to know who did it? Then I will let you die knowingly. The helicopter even deliberately moved closer to the border. When the helicopter was not far from County Magistrate Jiuo, Wang Mao and others took off their headscarves. When a group of people saw that it was Wang Mao, they couldn't help but curse again. Huang Mao, you bastards, who saved your lives during the winter storm? You actually kidnapped your benefactor for money. Do you still have any conscience? Conscience, haha, can conscience be eaten? Why can others live a rich life, but we brothers can't? Why is it so easy for others to make money, but we have to watch warehouses for others? We brothers can't live such a life. After Huang Mao finished speaking, he took out a card from his pocket. Huang Mao kissed the card while speaking and sneered, but all this is not important anymore. From now on, I'm the super rich man in Southeast Asia. From now on, the sea is wide for fish to leap, and the sky is high for birds to fly. We brothers don't have to look at other people's faces anymore. Brother is right, we are now billionaires. From now on, we brothers have everything we want. Beauties, villas, luxury cars. After several people finished speaking, the director of the barren police station raised his gun and shot at the helicopter. Bang, 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 bang. The chief of the border police department fired all the bullets, but he couldn't do anything to the helicopter. You idiots. Okay, goodbye Mo Jiang. Goodbye you idiots. And Jiang Chen, that idiot. Oh, and Zhu Chang, that bastard. He knew that Kinana was Jiang Chen's life, but he wanted to give us 1 million each to get rid of us brothers. He really thinks we are idiots. Huang Mao laughed loudly. After he finished speaking, he put down the microphone on the helicopter, waved to the captain and said, "Go to the base." The captain nodded and drove the helicopter towards the desert. There was a base within 100 kilometers from the border to the south. As long as they arrived at that base, they could go to Southeast Asia after refueling, and from then on, they would be free. When the helicopter took off, when Huang Mao was dreaming of his billionaire dream, a buzzing sound came from the distance. The sound came from the depths of the desert and was deafening. Over the hill, suddenly an F-9300 fighter jet took off. The moment the fighter jet took off, everyone was stunned because they felt the trembling of the earth and saw the flying dust. Then there was a roar, and the yellow sand flew like an arrow. More than a dozen F-300 fighter jets flew across the sky in an instant. Along with the F-300 fighter jets came the densely packed tanks in the distance. At this moment, all the tanks' guns were aimed at the helicopter that Huang Mao was riding. "This is the Sahara Legion Air Force. Please land immediately. Please land immediately. Otherwise we will shoot you down." Chapter 423, A Common Man's Anger Destroyed the World. After more than a dozen F-300 fighter jets took off, they pulled straight up, somersaulted in the sky, and flew towards the helicopter again. When everyone saw the Sahara Corps Air Force, they clenched their fists excitedly. Long live the Air Force, damn it, let's see how he can run. A group of people have thought of 100,000 ways to kill them, and now they are about to land. How can these people not be excited? This is the Sahara Corps Air Force. I give you 10 seconds to land. Otherwise I will shoot you down immediately. The Air Force used the radio to shout to the helicopter again, and at this moment everyone in the helicopter was dumbfounded. Fuck, where is the Air Force? This is a non-control area. How dare the Chinese aircraft fly in a non-control area? Oh, sorry, I have to land. No landing. Fly quickly. Fly away. After the yellow-haired man finished speaking, he picked up the dagger and pointed it at the pilot, who shook his head and said, "We can't fly away. We are just a small helicopter. We can't fly faster than the F-300 fighter." The pilot landed directly after saying that. Huang Mao knew that once they landed, they would definitely be greeted by death. So he stretched out his dagger and stabbed it into the pilot's neck with the puff. He stabbed and shouted, "Don't land, don't land. I told you not to land. Do you hear me?" Huang Mao shouted and stabbed the pilot to death in the seat. As soon as the pilot died, the plane staggered and crashed into the desert. After a loud bang, the helicopter landed heavily on a piece of yellow sand. The helicopter's rotating fan blades hit the ground with a click and broke instantly. After the helicopter landed, more than a dozen tanks had surrounded the helicopter. Dozens of soldiers came out of the tanks, holding submachine guns, and approached the helicopter step by step. "Raise your hands quickly, you are surrounded." After the soldier finished speaking, Huang Mao and his men got out of the helicopter and ran towards the desert in the distance. Da-da-da. After a burst of gunfire, a sand pit splashed on the desert, and Huang Mao and his men were so scared that they fell to the ground in the yellow sand. A dozen soldiers rushed over and stepped on Huang Mao's head and then put their guns on their heads. Don't shoot, don't shoot, we surrender, we surrender. We have money, where are you from? I have 1 billion, I will give it all to you, as long as you don't shoot. Huang Mao took out a card and handed it to the soldier closest to him. The soldier took the card and pointed at the man, said, stand up and walk to the border, otherwise, I will shoot immediately. Are you all fools? If you send us to the border, you won't get a penny. If you take the money and send us to Southeast Asia, all 1 billion will belong to you. As soon as Huang Mao finished speaking, a soldier raised the butt of his gun and hit him on the head with a bang. The butt of the rifle went over and blood flowed directly down his scalp. Take them all to the border. After a sergeant said this, a dozen soldiers went up and escorted Huang Mao and others to the border. When they arrived at the border, several people on the border cried excitedly, thank you, thank you. Huang Mao, you guys run, run. After several border police handed over Huang Mao and others were already desperate. A border police went up and kicked Huang Mao and Scarface to the ground. He waved his fists and kept hitting the two people fiercely. You beasts. You don't even let the children go. Okay, Zioliu. Okay, okay, if you hit them again, I'll beat them to death. Although Guo Keming wanted to kill them with his own hands at this moment, Guo Keming knew that their lives would be decided by the court. After several people pulled Zioliu away, Scarface and Huang Mao's legs were deformed. And the skinny monkey over there, several angry people broke his legs. We surrender, we surrender. Stop fighting, we admit defeat. Take them away, take them all away. Guo Keming said, and several people pushed Huang Mao, Monkey Knife Face, and the other two brothers into the police car. This is the card they used for fraud. Please keep it as evidence. The commander of the Sahara Corps saluted Guo Keming and handed them a border bank card. Thank you on behalf of the people of Mojiang. Guo Keming also saluted the commander of the Sahara Corps. After seeing that the criminals had been brought to justice, the commander of the Sahara Corps returned to the desert again. Because according to the requirements, their military forces were not allowed to approach the border of China. After arresting Huang Mao and others, Guo Keming took Huang Mao to the warehouse. After arriving at the warehouse, Anna was still sitting next to the body of the little boy crying. Zhao Jiang, Zhao Jiang, all the criminals have been caught. They are some gangsters in our county, Guo Keming said, and asked someone to push Huang Mao out of the car. When Jiang Chen saw that it was Huang Mao, he was immediately furious. He rushed over, picked up a stone, and smashed it hard on Huang Mao's head with a bang. Ah! Huang Mao screamed in pain, and then his head made a cracking sound and blood spurted out. Seeing this, Guo Keming hurriedly went up and hugged Jiang Chen. Let me go, I'm going to smash him to death. Zhao Jiang, no, you beat him to death. You're also breaking the law. Hand him over to the court, he will definitely be sentenced to death. Guo Keming stopped Jiang Chen. Huang Mao and the others looked at Jiang Chen, who was like a leopard, and they were so scared that they trembled all over. You know, just a dozen minutes ago they were going to attack Inanna, and now they have fallen into the hands of the other party again. It is conceivable that Jiang Chen, a ruthless man, how could he forgive them? Take us away, we plead guilty, we plead guilty. After Scarface shouted, the police chief looked at the baby who was thrown to death and the little boy who was stabbed to death on the ground. He gritted his teeth and punched Scarface's head several times. The punches made Scarface spit blood instantly. Scarface, with a pale face, fell to the ground with a plop and kept twitching. Several police officers went up and held him down. Take him away and prosecute him immediately. After the police chief finished speaking, a police officer held Scarface, who was twitching and foaming, towards the police car. The police car was getting farther and farther away, leaving only a piece of white smoke on the ground. Guo Keming did not leave. At this moment, Jiang Chen sat on the ground dejectedly. He was shaking all over. He didn't even dare to think about what had just happened. If Anna was defiled by this group of people, then he might destroy the whole world. Chapter 424 What is despair? Jiang Chen didn't know how he left the warehouse. The warehouse in the south was desolate. It had been uninhabited for who knows how long. After an ambulance sent Jiang Chen and Kinana to Sahara hospital, the funeral home car also arrived. The funeral home staff sent Short Winter Melon and his 2 children to the funeral home. Most of Short Winter Melon's relatives had lost contact with her, so no one came to see them off in the huge funeral home. When Leokin heard that his daughter was rescued, he hurried to Sahara hospital. In the hospital, he saw Kinana lying in a white sheet, and Leokin burst into tears. Leokin cried for a long time, until Jiang Chen opened the door, and then Leokin stopped crying. "It's okay, it's all over. From today on, Anna will never come to Mojiang again. If you want to see her in the future, you can go to the wooden house town to see her." Jiang Chen wanted to give the most protection to the people around him. He no longer had relatives around him, and he didn't want to lose his few relatives again. "Okay, I won't come back again. I won't come back again." The safest place in the world is Jiang Chen's own scenic spot. Leokin knows it all. At this moment, Leokin didn't know that the Short Winter Melon and the 2 children were dead. Jiang Chen patted his shoulder and called him out. "Old Kyan." It was Jinlian who tricked Anna out. When Leokin heard that it was his ex-wife who tricked Anna out, he immediately cursed. "Where is that dead woman? She is dead. She was stabbed to death by Huang and others." And his 2 children. One was stabbed to death by Scarface, and the other was thrown to death. They are in the funeral home now. Why don't you go and see them? When Leokin heard that the Short Winter Melon and the 2 children were dead, he sat on the ground with a plop. This news exploded in his mind like a bolt from the blue. Thinking of the dead children, Leokin couldn't accept this reality at all. Especially the matter of the little boy. This simply made Leokin collapse to the extreme. Although the boy had no blood relationship with him, he was the one he raised after all. Even if it was a cat or dog that you raised yourself to this age, and it suddenly died, you would be sad. Not to mention that it was just a child. All the hatred eventually turned into grief. Leokin fell to the ground and cried loudly. Jiang Chen knew that he hated them, but he felt sorry for them. After all, the person was dead, and at the most critical moment, it was the child who saved Anna from a disaster. So Jiang Chen didn't know whether to hate her or be grateful to them at this moment. Don't cry, the body hasn't been cremated yet. If you want to see them, go and see them. Jiang Chen wanted to help Leokin up after he finished speaking. As soon as Leokin stood up, he fell to the ground again with a plop. This news had completely broken him down, and he couldn't stand up and walk at all. "Come on, slow down a little bit, they will be cremated," Jiang Chen said, and grabbed Leokin and helped him walk towards the door. The driver was already waiting there with the car at the door. The driver came over and helped Leokin get into the car, and the car drove towards the funeral home. After rushing to the funeral home staff were preparing to cremate the Short Winter Melon and the 2 children. Leokin looked at the Short Winter Melon and the 2 children lying under the white sheets. He immediately fainted again. Jiang Chen hurriedly pinched Leokin's philtrum and gave him CPR. When Leokin woke up, he lay on the ground and kept wailing. "I must kill them, I must kill them." Leokin cried and rushed to the door. Jiang Chen ran to the door and grabbed Leokin. He looked at Leokin and shouted, "Do you know who killed them? Who killed them? They have been arrested. They can't escape the punishment of the law." After Chen Chen finished speaking, Leokin was about to go to the border police station. He knew that these people must be detained in the border police station. But Jiang Chen stopped him. After all, it would be useless for him to go. "Leokin, you stay here to accompany them for the last time. I will take care of the criminals. I will go to the border police station to watch them and judge them." Jiang Chen would not let these people go, even if Leokin did not say so. Moreover, Jiang Chen vaguely felt that the matter was not that simple. He knew about Huang Mao's group. He did not have such courage. There must be someone else who could instruct them to kidnap. "Don't let them go, Xiao Jiang. Remember, don't let them go." Jiang Chen asked Leokin to stay and see them off for the last time. He drove directly to the border police station. When he arrived at the border police station, Huang and others were being tried in the police station. Because the nature of this kidnapping and murder was particularly bad, and the suspect was the boss lady of the Sahara group, such an important person, so this attracted the attention of Mojiang County. In Mojiang County, Guo Keming personally served as the head of the trial team, and most of the county leaders came. After all, this matter involved a great deal of involvement, and was particularly bad in nature. They knew that, if this matter was not handled well, it would affect the fate of many people. Uncle Guo, how is the trial going? Jiang Chen asked as he walked into the room. Guo Keming pointed at Wang Mao and the others and said, "It's not going well. These people won't say a word." Guo Keming frowned. After he finished speaking, Jiang Chen walked into the interrogation room. He looked at Wang Mao and the others sitting in the interrogation room and said, "Are you still unwilling to tell the truth? Do you think you can still hide your affairs? At most, we will die. Sentence us to death quickly. We won't tell you anything." Wang Mao raised his head and met Jiang Chen's gaze. He knew that once he was caught, he would not even think about living. After all, what they did was too ruthless. "Zhao Jiang, you see, they have this attitude. As long as you tell them, they will sentence you at will. They won't tell the truth." Guo Keming couldn't help but sigh again. After he finished speaking, he wanted to bring the culprit behind the scenes to justice as soon as possible, but Wang and the others were stubborn. After Guo Keming finished speaking, Jiang Chen looked at Wang and the others and said, "Okay, you don't have to confess. That's it, Uncle Guo. You hand them all over to me. I'll take them to the desert and see who is more stubborn, their words or the desert of death." As long as they were taken to the desert, Jiang Chen would have 10,000 ways to torture them. Back then, Jiang Chen caught them all in the desert and left them there for 2 days. During these 2 days, they almost ate shit. They still haven't forgotten the despair in the desert of death. This is a bit against the rules. Anyway, they are death row prisoners. When the time comes, you can say that they were shot dead on the spot in the desert. I'll take them to the desert and let them experience what despair is in the desert. Chapter 425. Both sides suffer. As soon as they were told to take them to the desert, the faces of Wang Mao and the others changed instantly. "I won't go to the desert. If you want to kill you, kill me now." A hero takes responsibility for his own actions. No one is instructing us. You keep saying that no one is instructing you. Where is ZHU Chang? Do you think I'm deaf about what you said in the warehouse? Do you think ZHU Chang will come to save you? There is solid evidence of extorting 1 billion in cash and brutally murdering 3 people, including 2 children. Do you think there is anyone in this world who can save your lives? Jiang Chen's hands clenched and made a crackling sound. After he finished speaking, he couldn't help but beat them all to death in the interrogation room. ZHU Chang has been driven out by the ZHU family. He can't even protect himself now. Do you still want to take responsibility for him? Think it over for yourselves. I'm giving you one last chance now. If you don't tell me, I'll send you to the desert right away. After Guo Keming finished speaking, he said to the director of the border police station next to him, "Start the countdown now. If they don't tell me within 2 minutes, send them away directly. Whether they live or die in the desert has nothing to do with me." "Okay, start the countdown now." After the director of the border police station finished speaking, he opened his mobile phone and started the countdown. Time ticked by little. Wang Mao and others had a fierce struggle in their hearts. There are only 10 seconds left. 10, 9, 8. Okay, I say, I don't want to go to the desert. Anyway, I've been caught, and I can't run away. This was ZHU Chang who instructed us to do it. When Guo Keming had a few seconds left in the countdown, Wang Mao stood up and spoke. "Tell me in detail." ZHU Chang came back from Beijing and said he wanted to take us to do something big. He asked us to kidnap Kinana. After the operation, he would give us 1 million each and let us go to Southeast Asia. When Wang Mao was talking, the interrogation room had already started recording. At the same time, the personnel on the scene also began to print out everything he said. "What is your plan? Where is ZHU Chang now?" After Guo Keming finished speaking, Wang Mao looked out the window and said, "ZHU Chang is in the county hotel now. I don't know about other plans. He only asked us to be responsible for catching people. After catching people, he will be responsible for other things. Then why didn't you contact ZHU Chang after catching people?" because we asked Jiang Chen for 500 million, and we didn't expect him to agree. If we took so much money, why should we hand the person over to ZHU Chang? After Huang Mao finished speaking, everything was revealed. Jiuo Keming wanted to ask for more details, but Jiang Chen was afraid that ZHU Chang would run away, so he quickly said, "County Magistrate Jiuo, let's catch ZHU Chang first." "Okay, you continue the interrogation, and he and I will go to the county hotel to arrest ZHU Chang." Jiuo Keming was also afraid that the night would be long and dreams would be many, so he quickly led his people to the county hotel. When Jiang Chen and Jiuo Keming arrived at the county hotel, they ran to room 302 as Huang Mao said, and wanted to arrest ZHU Chang directly. But when they opened the door of room 302, the room was empty. Where is the person? Did he run away? Turn on the surveillance and turn on all the surveillance next to this. After Jiuo Keming finished speaking, he began to turn on the surveillance. Through the surveillance, they found that ZHU Chang had left the hotel an hour ago. Then, he took a taxi and left Mojiang Avenue directly. Several people found the taxi owner according to the license plate number of the taxi. Jiang Chen asked the taxi owner where ZHU Chang had gone. The owner recalled and said that the man went to the oil transfer center in the north. When several people heard that ZHU Chang went to the oil transfer center, Jiang Chen was very puzzled. What on earth did this guy want to do? Let's go. Take people to the oil transfer center quickly. Don't let ZHU Chang cause trouble there. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Jiuo Keming quickly led people to the oil transfer center. The Sahara oil transfer center is located in the north of the Yima district, not far from the airport and the two new districts. Moreover, this oil transfer center has just been built and is now in use. When several people rushed to the oil transfer center, at this moment, the oil transfer center has been blasted with gunshots. Following the gunshots, several people rushed to the gate of the oil transfer center. Quickly stop him. He wants to blow up the oil transfer center. There were several security guards lying at the door. One of the security guards was shot twice. He used up his last bit of strength and shouted at Jiang Chen. When Jiang Chen heard that ZHU Chang wanted to blow up the oil transfer center, his heart was instantly lifted. You know, this oil transfer station was built with a loan of nearly 10 billion yuan. Hurry, we can't let him blow up the oil transfer station, Jiang Chen said, and chased after him towards the oil transfer center. When Jiang Chen arrived at the center of the oil transfer station, ZHU Chang had already run to the side of the number 1 oil tank. Seeing Jiang Chen and Jiuo Keming chasing after him, ZHU Chang stopped. "I'm still chasing you, haha, I'm going to blow up the entire oil transfer center now." ZHU Chang, don't be impulsive, you're still young, don't do such a stupid thing. After Jiuo Keming finished speaking, ZHU Chang raised his head and laughed. "You're still young, haha, what's the use of being young? I've lost everything. I've been looked down upon by the villagers since I was a child. Now I finally returned to the ZHU family, and it's you who pushed me into a desperate situation again. No one forced you, ZHU Chang, you forced yourself to do all this. Come back quickly, if you want. After you've been reformed, I'll let you come to work at our Sahara group, and I'll forgive you." After all, Jiang Chen thought about it. ZHU Chang was a pitiful man. That's right, don't do stupid things. You are only guilty of kidnapping, which is not punishable by death. And Huang Mao and the others are the main culprits of the murder, which has nothing to do with you. Jiuo Keming didn't want ZHU Chang to end up in his territory like this, but after Jiuo Keming finished speaking, ZHU Chang sneered and shook his head. "I did everything. Let me tell you, Jiang Chen, I didn't kill you this time. I admit it. I regret why I found Huang Mao and those idiots. If it was someone else, I would have sent you to the west. ZHU Chang, although you have been driven out of the ZHU family, you are still a descendant of the ZHU family. When the time comes to inherit the estate, you still have the right of inheritance." Jiuo Keming persuaded him again. ZHU Chang had slowly opened the package in his hand. As he opened the package, he sneered. "What if I have the right of inheritance? Do you think they will give me the money? The court will rule." "The court? Haha, I will be killed by them before the court rules. Do you believe it? Jiang Chen, do you think you have won me? No, you can never win me. End of this chapter. Thank you very much for reaching the end. Don't forget to like. Looking for more exclusive content and immediate access? Subscribe to our Patreon. Remember, every like, subscription, or donation encourages us to continue. Thanks to everyone. See you in the next video.